Maybe. Maybe not. It didn't work. Oh, oh. Spoke too early, apparently. Restream is a great tool, but it's also not good. Part of the problem is I do the music stuff, right? Where we have a little bit of not recorded in the VOD music. And it makes it to where I can't stream at a higher quality. And Kick and YouTube actually let higher bit rate through, but then I don't take advantage of it at all because I got to send it to Restream, and they don't. Okay. I think we're good. Everything's finally not borked. Mix It Up is actually running for once. The amount of times I've forgotten that recently is kind of a lot, actually. Oh, let's go see what Wook is doing today. I think we're having a secret meeting with Bakul Jaja, if I remember it. I think that's our next big stop. Is this the right music? I changed a setting a little bit ago, and now it doesn't sound right. Oh, when the window is not active. Okay, there we go. I'm an idiot. I looked right at that setting like 4 times and just didn't read it. Ugh. Okay. So, we're setting up the secret meeting. We have to take the scales and go around and let people in town know we're having a secret meeting that Zerulja does not know about. Did I not tell you to move along? I can't be seen talking with the likes of you. Blessed scales. Blessed scale and house hunter's hand. What business do you have with me? So, Bakul Jaja sent you to call an assembly. I'm not sure what to make of this, but I shall go to Makuturulajuj at once. The names, man, the names. I'm gonna just struggle for the rest of my life on that. Oh, man. Okay. I had to get up like really early this morning. And it is not great. One of these days, my kids are actually going to let me sleep all night. That scale, if the blessed trust you, then so will I. So what is it that you require of me? For all they know, we killed Bakul Jaja and stole his scales, but okay. Bids us to come to Makatural Yuzuj, a strange place for an assembly, but very well, I will not refuse he who fights for our dream. You can go back to sleep. You don't have to stay up. We're kind of having a chill day anyway, so I understand. Have you managed to gather some of the good folks? Yes, Wuklamat, we have. Wonderful. The esteemed Bakul Jaja will be pleased. This fellow here will be coming to Makzuratal blah blah as well. I gave up. I just realized they're using the same axe. Apparently, there's a Najul nursery to the west called Gomlajik Grove. You go and see who you can talk to there as well. I'll meet you in the meeting afterwards. I'm just skipping it. There's just one person I need to find. Who would Wook Lamont know here? That's weird. Very frustrating. My hot tea is no longer hot already. It's so cold in my house that my hot tea did not even last 30 minutes before it got like cold. Okay, 274 for the north. And it's like straight north, so let's go check that. Actually, am I even going to be able to find that before I have to go to the next area? Huh. It is. I mean, it's partially insulated. It's not the most insulated bottle I have, but it is technically an insulated bottle. The problem is like it's not insulated on the top. It's one of those that I have to figure out how to get back up top. Oh, that's unfortunate. I didn't realize that was going to happen. Do I care enough? Yeah, I do. Let's go fix it. It's gonna bug me till I do anyway. Yeah, I've never had, it's like 50 to 60 degrees inside right now. And that's with our like heating system kind of working overtime. It hit like negative degrees Fahrenheit here yesterday or last night, so hopefully this isn't going to be too much of a pain in the butt to get to, but I have a feeling that's it's not hoping for much. I did kind of just throw myself down this hole when we came down here the first time. I wonder if this is even all the way up the mountain. It might still be in the cave. There are a few that you find like underground. The silly thing is all the mounts have the same movement speed. This one just feels a lot slower due to the way that it hops everywhere. Huh. That's a pain in the butt. I really wish I would have checked this before we went down there. So I'm going to have to come all the way out, up this way, out and around to get to where we're at. Back to where the cart we found yesterday was, I do believe. Where'd my music go? That was weird. There we go. The music cut out, and I was just like lost for a minute. Where's this at? There it is. It really was like right above our heads. And instead of taking that whole trip back, we're just going to fast travel back down to the bottom. Back to Mamuk. There's a bunch of invisible walls here, so like, because I don't have flight, I can't just jump off the edge. Ugh, winter allergies, man. I'm not like meant to be cooped up in a house all the time. Oh, we finally found, there's an outside kitty that we've been kind of helping feed and take care of. It's not our cat, it's one of the other people at the other end of the apartment. They put him out at one point, and we've been just kind of like feeding him and taking care of him, you know, taking care of any like burrs or like lesion, doctoring this outside cat. And we couldn't find him after the ice storm hit, and it's been like really stressing us out. Come to find out, there's a house next door to us that is for sale. Or something. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing, because they like bought it, fixed it up a little bit, and then nobody moved in. It's just been sitting in empty for over a year now. Anyway, he's figured out how to get into the basement of that house. So he's been just like living under this like abandoned house in the basement. What did I do there? There we go. I accidentally pulled up the armory. Oh, my apologies. I was unaware. Thank you, blessed scale bearer, for bringing me word of this gathering. I shall away to the meeting place at once. Yes, I'm rewriting the story a bit so I don't have to trip over that word 100 times. Me have mouth that not good at saying things. 244 to the north. Could put it somewhere on the opposite side of this water. Hey, look, a observation point. Part of the sightseeing record. I don't know. I don't really care about them that much, but they are extra XP for no reason type of deal. Gonna be on the probably the edge of this little cliff here. Oh, we're not. Oh man, it's not up there, is it? What? This thing at? Oh man. Of course it is. There we go. I definitely wish the air currents weren't as important as they are. I did see like a little bit of spoilers months and months ago for this game, but I didn't understand them at the time. It was like, it was just a little throwaway thing of like siding with Bakul Jaja, and I'm like, excuse me? It's like, oh, when I find out about Bakul Jaja's past, and it's like crying faces, and I'm like, wait, what? That guy's a jerk. We care about that guy now? I feel like that was mildly overkill, but I will. Hey, look, the meeting place. 58 yalms northeast for the next area. They always put like one near each MSQ location, which is nice. It's nice to have something that's easy to find and track down, especially since oh gosh, there's a way to look up yeah, we have 3 behind quests and 1 that's discovered on the ground. And that 1 that's discovered on the ground, I'm pretty sure we know is in this area somewhere. We'll probably have 1 that's MSQ, 1 or 2 that's MSQ, and then either 1 or 2 that's side story. We haven't had any Mamook side story yet. Where's Wook Lamont? I'm sorry, she got kidnapped again. Sorry for keeping you waiting. It's okay, Wook Lamont. You invited the second promise as well. Lamatia, I remind you this rite is a competition. Whatever advantage you're about to share with me, you ought to utilize your own benefit. I've barely made a headway in communicating with the locals. At this rate, you lead the race to the Golden City. I need your help. Okay. To complete the feat? No, Mamook has a problem I can't solve on my own. You're the most clever person I know. I want you to hear the people firsthand so that we might come up with a way to help them. Very well, I'm at your disposal. Thank you, everyone, for gathering here in such short notice. I am Wook Lamont III, Promise of Tuliolol. Promise, I thought you served Bakul Jaja. You deceived us. No, they did not. Bakul Jaja the Mighty. The scales they showed you were mine. I entrusted them to the third promise and her retinue. Why honor these outsiders so? Because Wook Lamont has won my trust. Now you will hear her words. Hello, no, good time zone for me. Good morning still, barely morning, but good morning. I did actually get time to listen to the song you made yesterday. Really nice. Bakul Jaja shared with me the truth about blessed siblings and about the price you pay to conceive them. As an outsider to community, it's not my place to judge you or your cultures. Culture is born of experience of its people, of their lives and their land. But it breaks my heart to know that yours has brought you all so much suffering. Oh man, you gonna use the echo right now of all things? Oh, okay. If any here wish to break from the cycle of tragedy that creating blessed siblings demands, I ask that you join us. Please, I don't want any more of our children to die. You think we want this? We have no choice. Only blessed siblings can liberate us from our suffering. Without them, we have nothing. That remains to be seen. Speak of the third promise. Share with her your worries and your pain. Together, we may find a new way forward. together. If she's trustworthy, then I will speak with her. Well, hopefully, Snow, that works out for you. I know fighting YouTube stuff can be a little frustrating sometimes. It would be best if you withdrew, my son. We cannot yet speak freely in your presence. Let's keep an eye out for Zreeljah. He wouldn't take kindly to this sort of gathering. Let's cut down on the number of people in this cutscene we have to render. Once we understand everyone's concerns, we'll be better equipped to help them. Let's make sure they feel heard. Yeah, I don't know. I understand partially why people don't like this story because it is so slow paced, but not bad. I am glad Kona agreed to help us. He's always been good at solving complicated problems. Me, not so much. I'll support Mamook's people however I can. By combining our respective strengths, we'll help them discover a new source of hope. I know we will. I wonder if it's just because they don't get any sun in their lizards. All right, Bond, before we start, let's make sure we're remembering our history correctly. The Mamool-Jah and the Zreeljah fought for centuries over the land in the upper forest, but due to infighting, Mamool-Jah forces struggled to make any significant gains. In order to promote cooperation, the Hubigo and Bunawa clans intermarried, and that's how blessed siblings were first conceived. With that in mind, let's talk to people and learn why they rely on blessed siblings. This land was once rich with ore, but the Yakhoi did not stop digging until all the veins were spent. The meteorites are only good for so much. Even if we made overtures to traders, we have little to offer. Nothing would make me happier than to make a good life for my family in this place where I was born, but that's impossible. So with resources as sparse as they are, you don't have good prospects for trade. Yes, this land lush with plants and trees. I do not know what we could do with all that wood. Those who have known only open skies and bountiful lands cannot comprehend our plight. To thrive, we must take what we lack by force, and for that, we need the might of the blessed siblings. There have to be other ways to thrive, ways that don't require fighting. As you'll have noticed, the forest is very dark. Hardly any sunlight makes it through the canopy, so it feels like it's always night. We plow, we fertilize, we irrigate, yet our crops shrivel and die as though cursed. The only ones that grow well is the nodule, Jatika bananas, and Turali. Try living on that and a little else for a few centuries and see how you like it. There's other animals, man. A forest where nothing grows is not hard to imagine why you'd want to leave. Yes. There is absolutely no growth down here at all. I can see how that is awful. Blessed siblings promise us more than strength. They promise us the sun. This forest is dark and inhospitable. Oh, cut down a tree. Cut down one. Just one tree. All right. Hold on. Composure. Whew. This forest is dark and inhospitable. When given the opportunity to live in Tulialal, most of our people didn't think twice. Still, the prospect of being among so many outsiders was intimidating enough to keep many of us here. Blessed siblings are meant to deliver us from this accursed forest and lead us to fertile land above. or we might make a place for Mamul Jah to abide in peace and plenty. So you desire fertile land, one that's all your own. But they also don't want to leave their like homeland. Well, I think I'm starting to understand. Everyone had their perspective, but all of the concerns are about the forest itself. Dark, infertile, cursed. Hearing that, it's a little wonder that people here wish they had better land, but who better to get it for them than the blessed siblings? It's hard to convince people to stay in a place that can't provide what they need. You'd think the meteorites at least would have value, but apparently not. Hold on, didn't Ehrenvall mention something about the meteorites, that the aether they emit makes plants glow blue? A rather significant physiological effect. I would say if we were to study these meteorites, we might discover other ways they influence local flora. Now, we already know, because of our trip here with one of the Tulial or the Mamulja guides, that one of the trees grew really big because it grew around one of the meteorites. I noticed a curious amalgam of trees and meteorites to the south of here, determine precisely how they interact with one another. They yield crucial insight. Everyone, I really appreciate you for sharing your thoughts. Thanks to your insights, we have promising ideas already. We just need a moment to investigate further, so please bear with us and we'll be right back. Cool. Yeah, there's so many things that I'm just like, chop a tree down, you know, like one tree and like put your, like, it's not even, there's no way, there's no like getting through it all, but I guess suspension of disbelief, whatever. There are people that live in areas that live exclusively off the animals in the area, so the Inuits living mostly off of what, seal and whale fat, right? And these guys are trying to say they only live off of bananas. Like, okay. Okay, so here's another one of the trees with a thing in it. Really is incredible how a tree can support such an enormous boulder. The meteorite's etheric emissions are palpable even from this distance. Seeing this again makes me feel more confident in sharing a theory of mine. I suspect that not only the plants and the etheric affinity with this meteor can thrive in this forest. If so, the gargantuan trees that create the dense canopy would be would by necessity, words are hard, would by necessity possess the same affinity as well as the A-formed Najul tree. Indeed, I would like to analyze a sample of the meteorite by drawing any definite conclusions, however. I carry with me a few devices that will aid in this endeavor, but perhaps you and Kryl could lend your expertise as well. You know who we need? We need waifu. We need Ishtola. You know, the woman that can literally see the weave and mana as we know it. I'd like to join you. The etheric signature of these meteors may be crucial in determining what manner of species might fare well here. He's such a good bun boy. I think I see what you're getting at. If we prove to them the cursed forest isn't quite so cursed, maybe the people won't feel like blessed siblings are their only solution. So how can I help? Can we climb the tree and break off a piece of the meteorite for you? There are plenty of fragments on the ground already. It should be enough for the purposes. We gather about 5 pieces each. Even better if those fragments are gathered from disparate locations? What? Birds. I will collect your pieces only you have. Birds? I don't know. We're going with it. I'm sorry. I'm so out of it. I got up at like 5, I think, this morning. After getting to bed at around 1. So, I'm a little on the tired side. I laid down early, but didn't get as much sleep. Oh, clearly, didn't get as much sleep as I would have liked. Let's get the piece down here first. Yeah, the only one left on the ground is that one in that area over there. Okay. Oh man, we have to collect 5 pieces, and this area still has some. There's another one. It's like, hey, we don't need to break off pieces of the big meter, right? Find the ones on the ground. And then all of them immediately start running over and banging on rocks they're not supposed to be touching. Okay. Okay. Okay, we've cleaned up this area, so let's head over to the next one. I see we're supposed to, ooh, it's after 11 o'clock. Do I temporarily jump over to just chatting and then we watch? I don't know. I'd be afraid to watch the review and it not be a good one. Probably gonna wait on that, actually. I don't know how I want to, if I want to do a react watch of the Kingdom Come Deliverance review. Because, like, the devastation on my face if it's not going to be good is going to be palpable. Alright, that's 5 pieces. It came out at about 38 minutes ago was when the embargo lifted.
Seek fluid intake.
I will seek fluid intake. I have some sparkling juice today and an English breakfast tea. Now, the posture check I do actually need to do. Give me a second. Not being able to do my spinal workouts is not great. I might need to, like, push through the abdomen pain. Try to get those done anyway. Did you find your fragment? Yes, we did. Here's your shards. I hit the wrong button again. There we go. Much obliged. Alphino, Kryl, and I will combine the gathered samples and conduct an analysis forthwith. Determining the wavelength may take a little while, but I'm hopeful that our efforts will bear fruit. I'll tell my sister to await our arrival at the meeting point from before, so go and meet her there. We will return with our results as soon as possible. This type of analysis would take, like, years with modern science to, like, properly figure out what plants work and what don't. And, like, it'd take a really long time. But because fantasy RPG, we'll have the solution in, like, 20 minutes. It's like in the CSI shows where, they're like, oh, I need this sent to the lab immediately. And then they get it back like that day. It's like, no. No. All of those departments that do like CSI work are like weeks behind just because of the sheer inundated amount of information that gets sent to them with them not having enough people. Oh, look at that. Oh, actually, this is a fate. I was worried it was a notorious monster or a hunt, but it's not. Let's get ourselves in trouble real quick. Keep it turned away so our chocobo doesn't get hit as much. So yeah, the plan I guess is once I get off stream, I'm gonna go watch that video and pray that it's good. Actually, to be honest, after this fight, I might at least just look up and see if there's a number value. I don't know if I could be patient enough to wait. Probably not, to be straight honest with you. I have the patience of a toddler, so. I think the plan for this weekend, I normally do a little bit of art and like work on some side projects and stuff, but I think we're just going to do a little bit more of this. Just some Final Fantasy and chill type of deal. If that's all right with everyone. I'm just kind of having a good time. I can't really move and do much anyway, so I'm kind of trapped. Like I don't know if I could even sit here to draw, because sometimes you shrimp a little bit when you're drawing, and I don't know if I could do that right now. Not that I'd be doing it on purpose, but like pretending that it's not going to happen and would just be lying to myself. I don't even need to be healed anymore in combat for like stuff like this. Yeah, because there's this. I think as far as this weekend goes, normally my kids want to try to do something on the weekends, but this is the first time they've been back in school since winter break. So the chances of them actually wanting to go do stuff is going to be really low. Normally when they have like their first week of school, when they finally hit the weekend, all they do is sleep. they sleep. They take like a bunch of naps and stuff, and I'm just over here like, oh no, that's so unfortunate. Kids that want to just nap and veg and not have to do much. They might read a book at one point. Oh no. What will I ever do? We've done all we can. The rest we must leave to Kona. The others. I don't know the first thing about those Charlian devices of his, but if they can be of help with the Mamook, I'm glad he has them. There's hope for this forest yet, Bon. I can feel it. Yeah, so far we've like cured the land of a bunch of issues, so like I would not be surprised if we can't figure out a way to make this work. Muklamon is determined to find a solution for the Mamook. I'm sure Zareel Jah would have choice words for us if he knew what we were up to, but his people are my people and I can't ignore their plight. If I'm to call myself Dawn Servant one day, I have to bring an end to the tragedy here. Many are depending on me, but Uljaja not least of all. Anyway, I'm sure Kona and the others will be back with their report soon. This is one of those times where we like wait on the spot and nothing happens till like they show up. One eternity later. What is it? So long that the other narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one. Good. Everyone is assembled. In light of our news, I thought it only right to call the others. Good. Oh, God, wrong button again. Thanks to the effort of all, I'm pleased to say our analysis has yielded many valuable insights, and I dare say the prognosis is hopeful. Earlier, we asked about the hopes you placed in the Blessed Siblings and why they are important to you. Your overwhelming response was frustration towards this forest. From the lack of natural resources to the inability to cultivate crops, in all respects, have you ever struggled to build a prosperous home? Thus, your understandable desire for new land. However, this would be unfortunate dismal of what makes your forest uniquely valuable. That is, the soil. Our tests prove that without a doubt that the Jatika heartland is abundantly fertile. This may be surprising to hear as you've seen crops fail time and time again, but we've discovered the root of the problem as well. The meteorites scattered throughout the forest emit an unusual energy that greatly influences the development of surrounding plant life. Some plants thrive on this energy, like the Nulja, great trees that create a canopy, but others, as you well know, thicken by it. Fortunately, the solution is simple. Across the salt in the place of Charlian, there's a peerless collection of flora samples from every corner of the world. Now that we know what energies are more prevalent in your forest, we can offer you seeds and starters guaranteed to thrive here. We took the liberty of contacting a few colleagues via Link Pearl. Should you desire them, a sample of our best candidates can be shipped here in short order. Or I could just teleport over there and back. No? Okay. Just as Eorzea acquired the Popoto and tomato from Corral, so too might the Mamook benefit from foreign crops. You mean we'd be able to grow more than Najul here? That's the bananas. Precisely. While care must be taken to choose these species that will not have an adverse effect on the ecosystem, your agricultural options should increase markedly. With the right crops, Mamook will have all it needs to prosper, both at home and in trade. Blessed siblings don't have to be the answer anymore. Then there was never a need to fight, never any need to sacrifice. We can't change the past, but we can make the future better. Let the old teachings end with us. I know blessed siblings represent absolute strength to you, and letting go of that idea can't be easy. But I'll prove that when we work together, our combined strength can achieve anything. Show us, promise. If there's another way for our children and our home, we will no longer suffer in silence. And in comes the other dude shortly. No? Cool. Sometimes we fight alone, but not this time. Would you say a few words, Monroku? I don't want to. In friends both old and new, you can find the light who banish the darkness. I like that. Oh, ads. Lychee, let me know if these actually started this time, though. Because if they didn't, I'll just keep going. But if you are in jail, I will see you in a minute. And 14 seconds. Oh, my spine. It's so crunchy today. Every single, like, turn and movement is causing my entire spine to, like, click and pop. Oh, that is perfectly fine, Snow. Thanks for stopping in. I'll still be here for another about 3 hours or so. So we'll be here waiting for you to get back. I know when Twitch does ads, it kind of throws stuff off, and I'm not entirely sure what to do with ads and stuff for other platforms yet. As far as I know, Kick doesn't have. I'm really confused by that. I don't know how that works, but there's a lot of stuff about Kick that gets me apprehensive about what's going on. Okay, let's do this. Can't choose? Oh God, I've lost my ability to choose. Okay. That was weird. Friends, a perplexed notion from an outsider, but not unwelcome. We said what we wanted to say. Now all that's left is to defeat my father's shade in the feet of the Brotherhood and clear the way for Mamuk's bright new future. Do not give us cause to question our faith in you. Please live up to your words. I will. Way to go, Wuklamont. She's like, it's so great. I feel like they did an amazing job of properly growing her as a character. After we complete his feat, let's be sure to tell Zarul Jah the good news about his forest. I'm sure he's as eager as anyone to eat what tasty foods will be grown here. No, he's gonna try to stab us in the face or something. Compassion, even for the likes of him. You continue to eclipse me in every way. Then it's a simple choice. Just all be part of her cabinet or whatever. Like, just move on from this. This is weird, like, back and forth of, like, we're counting on you, Wuklamont. Come on, Bakul Jaja. Just be, like, work off your debt. Come, like, carry our bags. I'm tired of hoofing everything myself. Wuklamot's gone ahead to announce her readiness. I never imagined the sample were so fervently collected for the Exodus would find new purpose here. But if they help these people improve their prospects, all the better. Oh yeah, that's right. For the Exodus, that was the last game, Endwalker, that they were collecting plant seeds and stuff to move to another planet because they thought this one was doomed. Anyway, we should go and meet our comrades where Zarul Jah made his own attempt. Final feat awaits. Hope we fight something soon, because I'm needing it. Even if my tiny little shield doesn't look like it'll do much. Let me just roll up into town in like the most overly elaborate vehicle they've ever seen. Guys are using like sticks and stone-based spears. And I'm just like, burp, burp, hop, hop. Like, okay, sorry. Oh man, can I not get up there from here? Hey, look, this looks like it was purposely put here to fix people like trying to come directly to the spot. This is not the way we were supposed to get up here. We were supposed to cross this bridge. I did not do that. Okay. Hey, look at that. Someone has gone to fetch the real Jah. He should be here soon. This is one of those multiple cutscene deal. Capped item level 95. So this is actually going to down level us a little bit.
Zarelja, I'm ready for the final feat.
grown weary of postponing the inevitable, have you?
Something like that. You see, I've learned all sorts of things about Mamuk and your people.
Is that supposed to impress me?
I now understand why I need to surpass blessed siblings. The cost of producing superior offspring is destroying your people's souls. Look at them, and you'll see this.
Yeah, you can tell they're kind of done with this whole thing. Like, especially when you run into the Mamulja that are other places, they don't have this, like, deep depression and hatred that these guys
I'll
have.
defeat my father's shade and prove to you that there's a better path for Mamuk.
Good.
What drivel! Without the blessed, we are nothing but weaklings! Doomed to fade into obscurity.
Of course you're weak. We all are, each and every one of us. But when we join hands, we gain the strength to overcome any foe, even Vali Garmanda.
That's the reason why I didn't pick that one earlier, is I couldn't remember how to say Vali Garmanda.
Enough talk. Prove your mettle against Gulul Jaja, the finest warrior ever to have graced Tural.
Didn't I already beat him once? Just saying. Oh, no, one of the heads was asleep. That's right.
Not even Papa's shade will stop me from upholding his legacy.
I will fight alongside her.
Hey, Kona. We finally all on the same team again? This whole thing's been dumb.
Claimants are not permitted to assist one another. Second promise. But you may observe your sister's pitiable attempt. I see. In that case,
You gonna shoot it? Shoot it! Hooray!
it
Feel better
seems
now.
I'm no longer a claimant. I am now free to participate, I trust. What are you scheming?
This whole challenge is
Simply come to realize
banding
who is
together.
worthy of following in Father's footsteps. Not our brother, not Bakul Jaja, and not me. You have always held the happiness of our people closest to your heart, Namachi. So I will do everything in my power to ensure you ascend to the throne. This is how I shall repay Father for his kindness. This is how I shall serve Tuli Yolal.
I could always count on you, Kona. Thank you.
It will make no difference. Numbers matter not in the face of true might. Gulul Jaja, mightiest of the blessed, arise!
Everyone ready?
Yep, yep. I got excited. Everybody's weapons get like crazier and crazier. Freaking Trial now just using a paintbrush. He's a scout, by the way. He's not a combat person. It was kind of funny to watch him just dip though.
Got a lot of hopes riding on my shoulders, and the only way forward is through you.
Waiting for me to initiate? Okay. Can I tank it, I wonder?
There is so much guys
For long as we stand together, we're unstoppable.
There we go. I was wondering if it would even let me, because sometimes they don't. There's been a lot of times that they won't let you, like, jump into combat. Yep, I see it. I see it. Ah, I wasn't quite right. Now, I don't like a lot of the routes that Final Fantasy has gone with their, like, game. But the one thing I do really like is the way they've done combat and stuff. I definitely have been really feeling the, like, crazy encounters. Good evening. Good time zone, Narcissus. How's it going? I am doing all right. I didn't get as much sleep last night as I wanted, but unfortunately, that just happens sometimes. Probably should have done that to start. Oh god, it's doing the thing. I hate when this happens. When you get a bunch of NPCs in the combat, it makes it really hard to target with the controller. I don't know what this oath bind is yet. Is it a freeing mechanic? Yeah, it's a freezing mechanic.
We must free them! Target the constricting flames!
Now I'll run my flames.
I was about to say, we're not getting this unless one of y'all limit breaks. Are you gonna limit break again? Because we're gonna kind of need it. I see what the point was. The point was to break them out one at a time so that each one could help with the next breaking out process. At least he took long enough for us to be able to move. It's very nice of him. Oh wow, really? Yeah, I know a lot of times, like, it's really hard not to have, like, interpretations of dreams or whatever, but sometimes it's just your subconscious trying to, like, alert you to stuff. Ooh, yeah, that's, I don't like those. You know how often I dream about losing my hand? like a lot. Like, oh, I'm in the wrong spot. That didn't go well. Pyres. I love that Alice A also ate a bunch of stuff in that rotation because she always does. Kind of nice to know I'm not the only idiot that stood in the crap twice because I was looking at chat. Kind of weird that I can't hold aggro at all. Oh wait, did my taunt turned off? How did that happen? It was a weird combo there. But no, I definitely get your worry there. That's like It's kind of silly because for me, like if I lost my legs, oh well, right? I'm so worried about losing my ability to game. Why would you do that, Wooklamont? Oh my god, why? Why? She did her dash attack at the last second, moving where the hit marker was going to be. Is that Freet's horn? He just pulled out a Monster Hunter sword? That's not okay. What is this?
Everyone, get behind me. I've got a bad feeling about this.
You have the strength to stand up to this.
I will be the next Dawn servant. I will
Oh,
protect
can I heal her? There we go. I did a thing.
Is that the best you can do?
Impressive. I'm not finished yet.
There's a way to share my defenses with like the whole party, and outside of the one ability, I'm not entirely sure how to do it. I don't remember. Oh my god, are you gonna jump around again? Make this hard on me, Wooklamont. No, you're gonna sit in place for once? Good. When she jumped away earlier, like my heart dropped. I was just like, oh god. There we go. All this cutscene runs, I'm gonna blow my nose real quick.
That's my old man for you.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna throw a tantrum like a baby.
I refuse to accept this.
Ain't that a bit stubborn? Even for you.
Who is this?
Erugadin? It couldn't be...
Tanqua! It's been too long.
It's not her
Yes,
grandfather,
indeed.
is it?
You're looking more imposing since last I saw you, Wooklamont.
Tanqua?
My Turali moniker. Galul Jaja insisted I take one, saying my birth name was too cumbersome for the local tongues.
That birth name being Ketenram, I presume?
I don't want his outfit.
No.
Oh, there's a current bug with the Twitch mobile that makes it to where redeems don't work. So, what were you trying to redeem? If it's something I can do for you, I'll just pop it real quick.
We can talk about me cabbage later.
He also doesn't look like a Roganin at all.
Zarelja.
No. It's a current problem with the new Twitch update that went out like last week or so. Like it's a fairly recent bug.
Her reward will would be to betray the Dawn Servant's trust.
Yeah, what's with this dude's face? My character looks nothing like this. You know what? Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother doing the redeem for that. I'll just grab some more water.
Carry her to victory.
Yeah, doesn't it look like I'm an entirely different race of people to him? Like, we're both tall, but... We're not her minions, we're her friends and comrades.
Comrades, you believe a ruler should be reliant upon such?
Together, we can achieve anything. You needn't place your faith in the promise of blessed siblings.
Right? Especially since they're incredibly rare and don't always work out.
With friendship and community. With us.
If you mean to rule, you should be more sparing with your offers of clemency. Especially to a man who has sacrificed countless young lives. Nevertheless, I will fulfill my charge as Elector. In recognition of your feat,
Okay, I'm really glad he came around to our side.
a keystone.
But I really hate how quickly they do that in JRPGs. They do this thing where like their entire personality changes. It's only going to change for like this conversation. And then this guy's going to go back to being a jerk anytime we interact with him. Or they're just going to get him out of the story and we won't interact with him ever again.
Congratulations are nearly in order, I suppose. I'm confident that you will find the Golden City in no time.
It drives me crazy. Like, I'm fine with him, like, regretting his actions, right? Because, like, clearly his actions weren't okay. Oh, God. What broke? Hold on. Something just broke on my stream. I'm not in the window, and it's clicking through the scene. I can't control it at all. What is going on? Oh, my God. My entire computer is, like, setting on fire. Okay. Hold on. Okay, welcome back, Snow. I finally got Caster Labs working again. Ugh. Okay, I think everything's finally fixed. I don't know how much story we missed, but...
As your brother, I couldn't be more proud.
Kona. Thank you.
I have a CPU that's going out, and I'm waiting on the replacement, and it is taking forever.
For failing to live up to expectations.
Nonsense. If you believe Wook Lamart is the woman for the job, then you have our wholehearted support.
Well, congratulations, Snow. I hope you get to it. Getting that first set of subscribers to 50 is a big achievement. It's a nice, like, relief that it feels like you're doing something right, you know?
One last thing. I wish to speak to you both from the heart. Unpracticed as I am, this may sound hackneyed, but I am truly grateful to have met you.
Thank you for stopping in the Hidden. You have a good day. I'm assuming you mean work, which customer service is definitely underappreciated. I do believe so, Snow. I think I did that yesterday.
Words spoken with such feeling would resonate with any fortunate enough to hear them.
I feel like they had this Final Fantasy 15 bro road trip during all of this while we were all like trying to protect the country, and they're just riding around getting tacos and hitting on babes.
Though our journey together hath ended, ever shall we cherish the memories.
Aye. And should you require further esoteric musings or biting witticisms, don't hesitate to call. I dare say we'll come flocking. But I get ahead of myself. As I recall, our contract remains in effect until we've escorted the second promise back to the capital.
I leave my sister in your capable hands. See that she returns home safely.
It's really weird that he's not just going to like join us for the rest of this, you know?
You've still malms to go yet, Wuklama. The rite ain't over till you find the city of gold.
I know. But if I can come this far, I can go all the way.
Of course, no. I have absolutely no problem helping people out. Oh, time on Naomi ran out again. Third promise. This is Bakul Jaja's mom. Brought everyone. We were just coming to you. We did it. Milaja. We proved to Alta that's not even my father's full power could overcome the strength of our friendship. I knew you would. I was right to trust you. You fulfilled your promise. Now it's our turn. You've shown us another way that we could build lives where we always wanted, here in our homeland without sacrifice. Since our new crops will come from across the salt, I suppose we'll have to treat with outsiders as equals, of course. Inside or outside, we're all just people, no matter what we look like or where we're born. When you're not used to all the colors and varieties and differences can feel like obstacles, but by learning more about what makes us different, we can also find common ground in places where we never expected. Something new may become something you love. And someone you once hated might one day become your friend. You'll never know unless you keep an open mind, and while it may feel scary, taking the first step towards understanding is always worth it. We're going to chill here and wait for our ad break. It's really weird that this renowned adventurer is like chilling with us, though. I don't know what's going on with that. I'd love to alt tab and fix the music for a minute, but I'm really worried what would happen if I do. Oh, you know what? Oh, no, wait. Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm okay. I'm fine. I just started yawning so hard that like I did that thing where you tip back in your chair too far. It like comes up off the ground, so you like panic kick your feet. Yeah. Not seeing any yet. It looks like it's good. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. I'm literally crying right now. Oh, okay. Okay. Whew. Oh man. I'm so excited for that game to be good. I know I broke my model to look at that, but it's really important to me. Okay, I'm back up. Ooh. Let's do a recalibrate. Okay. Of course, learning about outsiders may, well, help Mamook grow. What happens when they learn about us and what we've done? They will not. Seems odd, but okay. For generations, our covenant has been kept secret, so shall it remain. The atrocities committed here were facilitated by the autarchs. We and no one else are responsible. For my deeds, I prepare to forfeit my life, but I will not suffer others to be damned alongside me. No one's being damned. Your life isn't forfeit. The last thing the city needs is more death. Bakul Jaja hasn't fought this hard and for this long, only to lose his father. If you truly feel responsible, be the first person to extend understanding to others on behalf of Mamook. Your community is waiting for you here in Tulialal. We can still make things right, my love. Choose a different side of history. It's such a sweet story. I love this whole game. I actually connect more with Dawntrail than some of the other DLCs. The other ones are more exciting, not gonna lie. They're like very impactful, like crazy crap happening at all times. But oh, thank you, Third Promise. Thank you for everything. I think there's a weird twist at the end of this one, though. You still owe me an explanation about that cabbage, you know. What? Also, why does he look like a normal dude? It's really unsettling how normal his face looks. The people of Mamook have accepted you. Merchants, menders are now available to use. Which means we'll have some Aetherflow quests. Yes, Aetherflow quests. Okay, let's pick up here. We'll still keep doing this till he leaves. Oh, look. Road to the Gold City. Captain Rom, the living legend of a Orzian explorer extraordinaire, would like a chat. This ain't no place for a proper chat. Me cabin just north of the city. Ugh. Blue Eyes Abode. People here call it on account of my dazzling twinklers. Cool. That's really weird, man, but okay. Let's check something I want to check first. Okay. It's the quest we're on now, and the 2 quests in town. Okay. I was pretty sure that it was going to be 2 side quests and 1 main quest that gives us the rest of the Aetherflow, but I wasn't 100% sure. It's not enough to confidently, like, bang my chest to be like, I'm right, as with all things. All right. You're a traveler, are you? Can I ask for your help with something? There are too many prying ears here. Come, meet on the other side of Ganmuljik Grove. I don't know where the accent came from. I apologize for that. Let's go ahead and pick up this one too, in case they're like in the same direction. That hunter needs help with something. Shadijah's eyes are brimming with tears. You're the one of the third promise's retiners, aren't you? Please help me. My name is Shadijah. My husband and I were attacked by wyveras outside the city. He fended them off so I could escape, but he's no match for them alone. I know I have no right to ask, given how our people treat outsiders, but I'm begging you, please save my husband. His name is Gatolja, and he's near Gomeljit Grove. Cool. We need to go to the other side of Gomeljit Grove to start with. I did have the right idea to do that. Awesome. I mean, it can pretend like it's a new thought, but like I've played enough games to understand design choices. It is very rare that I am 100% blindsided in a game anymore. And it leads me to being jaded. I used to be way more jaded than I am. Now I've kind of like calmed down a bit, and I'm like, just because you know which way a path is going to take, like, could you, like, I put myself in that place. Could you have come up with something different? And 9 times out of 10, no. Like, of course you put the secret behind the waterfall, because that's where secrets go, behind waterfalls. It's actually disappointing when you play a game that has a bunch of waterfalls in it, and you don't come across a single behind the waterfall secret. Like, it feels like you're exploiting secret knowledge when you find a thing behind a waterfall. So when suddenly there isn't one, it's this like weird soulless letdown where you just feel empty on the inside that there wasn't a waterfall. Yeah, my thanks, stranger. I take it my wife sent you. Wyveras don't usually attack people. I hardly knew what was happening before they were on us, but that's neither here nor there. Let's return to Mamuk and see that you receive a proper reward. Shadijah should be anxious for our arrival as well. Let's go ahead and actually just finish this one, because this was not as far away as I thought it was. Barton, how is it going? Stream's pretty good. We're just kind of having a chill day today. Final Fantasy XI's new story, Dawntrail, is a little slower paced, a little bit more heartfelt. It's a slow building journey that a lot of people are not 100% thrilled about, that are hardcore fans of the game. But the last one, we just saved the universe by fighting literally the end of time itself. So going back to just being a regular adventure feels weird. But without this emotional reset, there's no way to rebuild up to that. It's kind of like purposely having filler episodes, but good ones. Not like the bad filler episodes, like the Bounce Saga. Oh, 1,000 blessings upon you. My Gatolja is safe thanks to your kindness. I played it on the Xbox. It wasn't bad. I don't know what I've done. I'm actually using an Xbox controller right now. Were you having like graphical problems, or? You did. Most our able-bodied fighters have left the city in search for mercenary work, you see. As I once did myself. You're from Eorzea, aren't you? I toured across the salt in my younger years. That is, until I suffered an injury enough to send me home for good, and now I can hardly manage to ward off the occasionally feisty wyvern. It would seem glory days mean little when you can no longer protect your loved ones. I'm perfectly fine, aren't I? Besides, those wyvern aren't icy. They were positively feral. I still can't believe we were attacked by such normally docile creatures. Some things has them agitated, though I can't imagine what. Still, if our local wyverns are driven into a rage, that doesn't bode well for us. Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, these guys were around way longer than Halo. The lizard people have been in Final Fantasy games off and on for like a really long time. But yes, they do have very similar stances, arm lengths, and the way they like turn their heads and stuff. The only difference is they don't have the split mandibles. Realize this is more than you bargained for, stranger, but would you be willing to help us? Unheard of for rivers to attack Mumble Jaw. We need to determine what is going on before someone gets injured. Yeah, I feel like it's one of those, like these guys, their stance and stuff makes really good, like it change them to blue and add some frills around their neck or something, and boom, you've got an entirely different creature without having to really design anything, you know? Thank him, dearest. He's doing us a kindness. Right, just not used to open generosity. Well, thank you, stranger. We're counting on you. And then we don't continue his quest line. So, one of the things that a lot of people struggle with this game on consoles is all of this down here. All the abilities. Like, normally, I can't swap to it, but normally you have something more like this, like rows of buttons for keys. They've done something different to give us this cross hotbar system. So the way I have it set up is a little bit different than it is by default. By default, when you hold the right trigger, it lights up the two on the right. When the one on the left, it lights up the two on the left. I've changed it because I prefer this. I prefer this offset style here. Mostly because when I do these, this is double right trigger, double left trigger, and then double left trigger, and I can activate abilities, double right, activate abilities, right? And then there's also something called a crossbar. So if I hold right trigger first, then left trigger, I get a different set of abilities that I've put here. For my benefit, the ones I put here on the back bar, this is my AoE rotation. This is all AoE moves. This is what I use when I'm hitting multiple targets. This stuff up front is all my basic attack moves and my different phases. The left set over here, these are all defensive abilities, and these are all defensive abilities. Well, and an interrupt, but again, defensive ability. Yeah, it can be overwhelming because unlike Elder Scrolls Online, you get a metric shit ton of abilities. It's the reason why I suggest people to not do the story skip when they first start the game, because it's a little slow in the beginning, but it gives you time to get used to all of this, right? Oh, and that doesn't even bring up the ability to do this. I'm swapping between all 8 of my crossbars. That's daunting. It's ridiculously daunting for people. So I do not blame you for not getting it right away. This learning curve for this system is a little on the high end, but as far as playing a multiple button MMO, this is by far one of the better ones. My ability to do what I need to do while running around, dodging stuff, activating other abilities. Exactly. It's a whole lot less, and you can do a whole lot less with Elder Scrolls. There is one downside, and it's a very small one, but it is one that needs to be brought up. The one difference between keyboard and controller. To be honest, I find controller to be a far better, like, soothing experience for being able to play this game. I actually feel like combat-wise, it's way easier to use these than the actual keyboard buttons until you hit Alliance content and PvP. PvP is really hard to, like, say each one of these bushes is an enemy, right? In PvP, to try to target stuff, you have to use your left and right D-pad button to swap through all your targets, right? And it's really hard to get what you want, but PvP on the keyboard, I can just select, click, well, I'm not close enough to these guys, but like you can just click and select on the enemy itself to target it. So in PvP, it's really easy to be like, oh, I want that guy, not the guy behind him. Oh, there's a guy in my face, but I still want to kill the healer behind him. Same with healing. Healing's the same way. It's easy to see a friendly, click on them and heal them. The only 2 times. Alliance raids are the same similar problem. It's 3 parties of 8. So 8, 8, and 8. Quite a lot of people to try to tab through. The only 2 times is trying to heal people in alliance raids and PvP. Outside of those 2 times, you don't need the mouse at all. Not needed, even in the slightest. Part of it is also just muscle memory. Once you learn a class and kind of like get practice at it, you can activate all your abilities without looking down. And once that happens, this crossbar system becomes way better than a key. It's not a difficulty curve as it is a amount of time curve. Even when I swap classes, I still have to do 1 or 2 rotations of all my damage abilities before my hands like reposition themselves the way I want it to. So there's just a time lag between each time you swap. But unlike a lot of other games, this has a bunch of bonuses too though. Like the ability to just be whatever class I want to be is fantastic. Hold on, let me see if can I pull that up right now? I don't think I can actually. Yeah, I'm in a conversation. So let me finish the conversation. I'll show you what I'm talking about. They supposedly were once Mamoja who were cursed for some misdeeds or another. Those who believe in that sort of thing are terrified to make any contact or fear they are cursed as well. And personally don't believe any of the truth in it, but that wouldn't stop people from thinking I might be contaminated for crossing paths with one. For a blessing, blue leafkin generally keep to themselves deep in the forest, but recently one was spotted wandering around these parts. That's why I've needed someone unbehold by Mamook superstition to dispose of it and to speak not a word of the deed. Okay, so we're out here trying to kill someone apparently. But as far as the classes go, right? You have your one character that you kind of like really attach to, right? But then you have all of your classes and jobs. I am all of this stuff in this one character. So like, I'm an altaholic, so for me, this is perfect, being able to just swap class to class to class. So now I am a scholar, which is a type of bubble healer. We put overshields and stuff on people to heal them up, that type of thing, right? And all it takes is setting up, like, again, it's a time investment, like anything. Crafting classes, all of the regular classes, and you set up a set and you just go with it. There's even like easy ways to oh gosh, what's the one I need? There's one for, yeah, I can't update gear 6, I'm already at full. Okay, that button there lets you like auto adjust to the highest thing that's like good for your class. Not 100% accurate when you get to the higher levels, but low levels, fantastic. Yeah, exactly. And it helps a lot. It helps so much. But even in Elder Scrolls Online, when you hit PvP, you start needing to be more accurate with your targets, and it makes controller targeting kind of hard. Especially when people use like Zims or whatever to still use keyboard, but it looks like they're using controller. Now, I personally have a lot of the effects turned off in this game because the bright flashes of light hurt my eyes. I am partially epileptic. It's not near as bad as a lot of people, but I have had a handful of seizures induced by light. So I'm going to show you what that looks like when I turn it off, but I won't be able to look at the screen. So you'll have to bear with me on not actually being able to see what I'm doing. Okay. Oh gosh, what's it under? I don't know if that's chat filters. Character? Yeah, it's character. Okay. So some of the abilities are a little bright. This is the typical rotation of Paladin AoE. Not a lot going on because we're mainly tanks, so we're spending a lot of time like doing defensive stuff, right? But then there's this move. And this one, you hit a phase where you can cast these instantly with no mana for 6 casts in a row. And I literally cannot watch the screen when that is going on. That's not even the worst one. I'll show you the worst one, and then I'm turning that back off. There's a spell that white mages have. They're a healer that has a little bit of damage. Not a lot, but it's a little bit. Which one is it? Oh, wait, can I not? Can I not cast? Hold up. Have they changed how that works, actually? Oh, no, I was just hitting the wrong button. Okay, it's this one. I've got my eyes closed for a bit, so you'll just have to be patient. This is holy spam. This is what healers do in AoE, white mages do in AoE fights when they're not healing. It's just this atrocity over and over again. So needless to say, for me, I can't have that. When I add my own flashing techniques on top of that, I've learned the hard way that that is not something I can personally do. So I have to turn them on show limited. And I'm really glad this game has it, or I wouldn't be able to play it. Yeah. This one has, this class goes through what I call phases. You have your base abilities here, your base rotation, right? You then would activate Fight or Flight, then Requiescat, and it puts you into a casting rotation as well. So it has phases where you do blade combat, you step back, you do spell combat, you swap into regening mana rotation, and then back into melee. It's really cool. The other class that is similar to that is actually a damage class called Red Mage, and they use a rapier that doubles as a spell staff. So they cast with the reverse end, like the pommel end of the rapier. They cast spells out of that, and then they charge their sword up with magic and dive in and do a bunch of slashes. It's really cool. I really like Red Mage. Red Mage feels really good as far as a lot of the spellcasters go. Thank you, Travel. Now we'll be able to hunt these forests without fear. We have many stories of blue leafkin, but none agree on whom among the Mamalja was cursed first or what misdeed. Some say it was Dopro punished for felling trees. Others say it was a Buniwa punished for burning them. Even clans insist blaming lies on another, of course. Honestly, I think it's a tale to keep people away from dangerous forbidden areas of the forest. Just the other day, one of our own went and pursued a mark in that direction. He hasn't been seen since. That blue leafkin just now, could it have been? Oh, it's just a story after all. Anyway, you've done us a service. We'll be sure to keep to our normal hunting grounds and see if we can find our missing friend. We're doing some of these side quests to get the Aether Currents. This game does have flight, but you can't use it until you kind of complete all the main story for the area and do some of the little side objectives. Not all of them, but there is a few. There's also this little compass here on the right-hand side of my abilities. That lets us know any Aether Currents that are on the ground, and we just go pick them up. Once you have all of them and you've done the quest to learn flight, you can then fly in any area that allows Aether Current. So kind of cool. And it helps a lot because a lot of MMOs struggle with flight, right? Because once you make flight, ground combat becomes pointless because you can just fly over the enemy and they can't attack back. World of Warcraft had this problem. They added flying, I want to say in Burning Crusade, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But they added it like as soon as you can unlock it. So you could unlock it before max level. And they realized at one point that like people were just, they'd fly directly up, fly over to what they need, fly down, attack the one target, fly directly up, fly to what they need. And they didn't even visit the rest of the world. So a lot of MMOs have kind of struggled with that recently. Like, you know, we want flight in there because, you know, that's awesome. But how do we fix it? And the way this game fixes it is you can't learn flight until you've finished all the main story in the area. So now when you come back on any other playthroughs or anything else you're doing, you have flight, but for your first playthrough, you have to experience the world. And a lot of people want to complain like, oh, you took my flight away, but they worked really hard on making the world. You're not going to look at it. They're going to stop working on it. You know, we'll start losing details and losing cool stuff if people don't look at it. Yeah. Yeah, there's, I used super jump in Elder Scrolls 3. I had a thing that let me enchant myself with 10,000 acrobatics. And I would just, if I was in trouble, I'd just jump away. It didn't really matter where I landed as long as it wasn't the ocean. And I would just jump away and then land somewhere, reheal myself, and walk back to where I was. The reason why, as much as people want to complain, there's a reason why they keep dumbing the game down every time they put out a new Elder Scrolls. And that's just to prevent people circumventing stuff, you know? You used to be able to layer armor, robes, underclothing, but like once they found out that people were hyper enchanting their armor, where they were basically gods, they had to you have to get rid of it at that point, or you've got to make enchanting so weak that it's pointless to use, you know, like, why did you choose to settle down in Mamook? They haven't exactly been welcoming to outsiders, legendary explorer or otherwise. All the more reason to keep a weather eye on them. Though, seeing as how you've won them over, methinks I have less need for vigilance. I'm here at Galul Jaja's behest to ensure his hard-won peace is kept. And incidentally, to remind Zariel of his duties as elector should he have forgotten them. My old man ordered you to stay here. No way to treat an honored guest. I'd say I'm more than your father's guest by now. Or didn't you see the sepulchre atop Warrock Zormor? That's right, Kettenram was one of the names. Her father and I fought shoulder to shoulder in many battles, Villagarmonda being but one of our triumphs. He and I are brothers. My thought on layering, ads. Hold on, I'll just type that out. Okay. Oh, how's everybody else doing that has turbo and whatnot and on YouTube and Kick? Been having a bit of a day. It's going well though. We're about to hit 1 o'clock, so we'll have just shy of 2 hours left of stream. The story's, as you can tell, really slow paced. Really kind of just laid back, enjoying it. Lychee and Wampus have told me that they like my reading voices. Now the reason why we're doing this right now, I've been injured and in the hospital, so making it a little bit less exciting, a little bit less jumping around and being kind of my overly exuberant. I just threw something in my house. My overly exuberant self has been kind of helped. So. Okay. Now that everybody's back from the ads on Twitch, let's go ahead and do the story here. So when your brother tells you to stand watch, you stand watch. You trust in his judgment and his strength of will, even if that means you sit out of the occasional scrap. Oh, I don't have control anymore. Awesome. Surely you understand such bonds, surrounded as you are by all these bright and eager faces. I do. My comrades are my strength, and it's thanks to them that I understand Papa's hopes for this nation, what I must continue to protect. Then prove your readiness for the throne, Wu Klamat, and find the Golden City. Oh, I will. With these ones beside me, even uncovering a legend should be child's play. Especially since I believe I already have. All by yourself. How? When? Right? Why, by Deus Ex Machina, of course. Well, as you know, electors are forbidden from giving unfair advantage to claimants. So when Hunmun Ruk refused to divulge why my grandfather passed through Ixbrax 20 years ago, his silence spoke volume. Do you think Galuf visited something to do with the Golden City? Precisely. Moreover, only Yakhoi, who lived in Yakhtel, ever dreamt those golden dreams. When exposed to certain triggers, those with magical aptitude have been known to receive visions. And if Gerfurler's abilities are all representative, then Yukhoi are no stranger to the arcane, which means the dreamers of Eld likely owe their experiences to their inherent qualities and their proximity to the city itself, here in these forests. Then we all need to do is search for Yakhtel from top to bottom, right? It would behoove us to try to narrow our focus. To that end, I propose we return to Mamuk and make inquiries. It could be the one area on this map we haven't been to yet. No? No? Okay. While there, we can all take the opportunity to see any necessary travel preparations. Everyone is ready, and let us assemble at the Aetheryte. I do like the idea of being able to buff underclothing, though. Just because, you know, people would be able to, the word I'm looking for, be able to do like light clothes builds. Even if it's just something like run speed or resistance to cold, resistance to heat, that type of thing, right? Yeah, exactly. Or even a tabard, something. Like, it makes no sense. I don't know. You're Pachui's boy, ain't you? She told me about you. Said she tasked you with finding the Golden City. I might even succeed despite my best efforts. I begun to think it was a fool's errand. My own fruitless search in my youth proved as much. Yet here you are, older, wiser, playing the fool again. Yes, Ehrenfell is like a lot of people's favorite as far as bun boys go. Courtesy of the company I've been keeping, perchance, Uklal Mott not the only one to have grown thanks to her comrades. Actually, I tried to use his skin tone to edit the demon version of my model because I liked his darker skin tone over the purplish hue I was using, but I just couldn't get it to work. We'll find it together. Was I ever that young? Yeah, he allegedly came over here like hundreds of years ago. I'm really confused on like aging in this game. Kind of like, what is it, Overwatch, where Hanzo and Genji are the same age because they're like really close in age. And then they added Kiriko, who's allegedly 21, and she constantly, like, their interactions are constantly talking about stuff that happened when they were kids. But she's 21 and Hanzo and Genji are in upper 40s, if I remember right. There's literally zero way that they had a childhood together. And they just don't ever really look at that at all. You waited for me. It seems Captain Rom knows my mentor, so we chatted for a bit longer. Alphino said to meet by the Aetherites. I'll see you there. To be honest, I think it's part of the whole Blizzard like purge where they just got rid of like a bunch of developers and stuff. A bunch of their high profile people quit and just didn't want to work there anymore. And continuity went out the window. Really what it feels like. And especially once you start seeing Marvel Rivals' ability to just crank characters out is ridiculous. Now they're probably going to slow down at one point. They have to. There's only so many characters before they start getting into ridiculous stuff, right? But what if they start doing Phoenix and Dark Phoenix, right? The evil version. Like, they haven't even touched bad guys yet. Not really. Like, Venom's what? An anti-hero now? He's not considered the bad guy anymore. Him getting a buff is crazy, by the way. They buffed his attack speed. Like, excuse me? Pink is already really fast. Oh, man. Marvel Rivals is really good. Unfortunately, I've been trying to do the what's it called? The game mode where you like raise and ranked, the ranked mode in it. I've been doing that solo where I'm queuing up by myself into a ranked team of 6, and the amount of flame outs people have in the lower ranks is so freaking high. There were 2 days in a row where I didn't get to 5 minutes into a match before someone had rage quit. It was like 16 losses in a row because someone rage quit. Quite a few of them are just someone picked their character. Quite a few of them were like, they ran in and tried to 1v6 and died before the rest of the team even got there. Like, I love the game. The game's fantastic, but don't queue ranked without a team. The merchants were more than happy to mend my gear and sell me supplies. One would hardly believe that they were adverse to aiding visitors. You won't believe how many Najul they gave me. Now, all we need is a hint to point us in the right direction. The City of Gold, here we go. I think I can offer that much. I have an inkling where the City of Gold might be. My little jaw and Zariel jaw? You've come to help us. Yeah, he can't help. As an elector, I'm forbidden from speaking of the Golden City, but my wife is beholden to no such constraints. If anything you can tell us would be greatly appreciated. Our people here lived for centuries. There's no corner of the forest we do not intimately know. Say for one, do you recall the place I showed you where my son confessed the truth of the blessed siblings? That stone pier stands at the entrance of the Sky Deep Canot, the final resting place for children we lost to our zealotry. Holy crap, why is the music getting so loud? Precious few are permitted beyond the canopy doors, and we have not explored the deepest recesses. The Golden Cities in Dawntrail, it may well be hidden there. Will you permit us to search it then? I have no reason to refuse you. No longer will we rely on blessed siblings, nor will we conceal the sacrifices made to conceive them. The Canot is no longer under our protection. It is a dismal burial ground, and our children deserve better. Their bodies will be moved to a place of comfort and peace. I'm sure Bakul Jaja would appreciate that. We're here to offer any help if you need it. Yeah, it's a real job. People are not jerks all the time. I don't know who raised you. Raised you? Resaged you. Words. Your father also visited the Canot, come to think of it. It was many years ago now, but a notable affair due to a foreigner he brought with him, a mage, I believe. Truly, the Dawn Servant did not disclose his reason, but he descended past our Canot into the old Yakhoi quarries. Why is the music crescendoing so hard? What is going on? Doubtless the very ones excavated by your Porolars dreamers. The City of Gold must be there. in the depths of the sky deep north. Thank you, both of you. We'll set out straight away. You'll find winged beast or two lingering in Dawntrail scent. They will carry you below. Believe in you, Third Promise. You will make a magnificent dawn servant. This is it, everyone. To sky deep. I want one of these mounts we're gonna get to ride. They're really cool looking. It was just that cutscene. Why was that cutscene so loud? What? Yeah, that was weird. Did it register it as a performance, maybe? Just in case, let's bring that down a little bit. That was ridiculous. Either that or my sound filters and stuff broke. I'm not entirely sure. Sound settings, not filters. Filters isn't the correct term there. Yeah, Overwatch is good. I like Overwatch, but like they've sat on the property for too long. They've tried to sit back on their laurels and just rake in cash without putting forth any effort. And then they tried to sue Marvel Rivals for making a similar game, and a bunch of other crazy crap happened with it. And it's like, or the same thing with Pokemon, right? The Pal World came out and they couldn't figure out a way to sue Pal World. They tried, they had all their like lawyers and stuff look into it, couldn't figure it out. So what they did is after Pal World came out, they patented the way Pokeballs are used in their games so that they could sue them based on that patent. And that's it. They got like 60 grand out of it, and that's all it was. And they would have had to continue to be paid royalties if the Pokeballs worked the same. And the dumb thing is the only part they could patent is not the ability to capture them with the Pokeball. It's the ability to throw the Pokeball back out. That's it. The only difference. Like, it's so dumb because they put a patch in that makes it to where you can't like throw. There was like a gameplay loop where you would like throw Pal out, let them attack, pull them back, and like do this kind of hit and swap thing. They took that out because now you have to summon a Pal next to your feet instead of throwing them. And while that's annoying, all they'd have to do is give every Pal like a one-time dash to the spot or whatever. And like you would point with the Pokeball, they'd come out at your side and dash to that spot. Like there's ways around it to make it work exactly the same. They just haven't worked it out yet. As far as Marvel Rivals goes, it's free. It's free. You get every single one of the characters free. You don't have to pay for characters. You don't have to do any of that. Overwatch, when they heard all that, had actually changed stuff. Before, you had to get to like a certain point in the battle pass to be able to get a character or buy the battle pass. And I think now they've finally swapped that. And you can't play the new character for the first week, and then you can play the new character unless you pay for it or something. There's still some weird flim-flammery there that I'm like, y'all need to just let that go. You know, as much as people want to like mock Concord for not having like creative character designs or whatever, that wasn't even the biggest barrier to entry. The game played fine. It was fun to play. They had, you know, interesting combat with the characters. The lore and stuff didn't matter as much, but you know, whatever, right? Once we saw that Concord episode, oh my gosh, that Concord episode was really good. Unfortunately, because Concord's dead. This is the guy I want one of. I don't know how to get it though. But there's no way they put this mount in the game and then didn't give us the ability to have it. Look at this thing. It's like a mixture between the spirit of the forest from Princess Mononoke, Kobold, but instead of chocobo feet, it's got it's got hooves and like peacock feathering and peacock coloring on its like chest and stuff. I love this thing so much. Okay. Yeah, I do understand microtransactions. We're stuck with them for now. Like, we're stuck with them for a while. But then you see companies like Baldur's Gate 3, Larian Studios, Warhorse Studios. You see these companies that put out a product and you get what you paid for. Baldur's Gate, for like a year and a half afterwards, was still putting out content for it for free. Free content, not paid for every 10 minutes or whatever. Like 100% free content. Like Concord trying to jump into a space that is a free to play space and charging an upfront $40 cost. It does not matter if it was the best game on the planet. They wouldn't have done as well. Not only that, but it was an exclusive PlayStation game. That's absurd. What is it? The combined player base of PlayStation and Xbox doesn't reach the same player base as PC. So trying to release a, wink wink quad A game on a singular console. Yeah, and a $40 cost. That thing was dead in the water no matter what they did. This is the Kamatath, which means that beyond these doors is right of succession or no. Disturbing the souls that rest here feels wrong. I know, but I can't turn back. Let's pay our respects at the very least. The thing is behind that door isn't even the burial grounds. They've been burying all their young in the water. Well, allegedly. Let's go. That was all our respects we get. One bow. I'm ready to complete my journey. I bet you are, Wookla. It's been a while. I played this really heavily when it first came out and then like fell off of it pretty quick because other stuff came out. But yeah, I would suggest trying Marvel Rivals. It's free. Free. You can try all the characters you want. Oh, I was not expecting this to be a dungeon. Huh. That's kind of neat. Okay, who are we bringing with us? I'm going to be tanking. We kind of want Wooklamot, and I don't get to play a lot with Pictomancer, so we'll bring Kryl as well. The trust system is a way to do content without having to play with other people if you don't want. Obviously, playing with other people is typically better just because of people being better at game. The trust system as well, they focus single target a lot. And like, you can't do wall-to-wall pulls. What I mean by that is you would start at the beginning of the map and run till the first like checkpoint mark and just AoE everything down. That's like the typical way to run dungeon. You can't do that with the trust. You have to run it way slower. It's like an extra 10 minutes longer to run it that way. It's unfortunate, but it just kind of needs to happen. Or nobody would ever play with each other, and then there goes the game, right? So we will do mild amounts of AoE, but they don't AoE, so there's no point in pulling more than we need to, unfortunately. I really would love to just AoE these packs down because it just feels good. Like, I can still AoE a little bit. It's still better for me if we're fighting more than 3 targets for Paladin to AoE. But to be frank, it's not like as effective, obviously. I do like the dungeons and stuff they do in this game, but like, my biggest complaint is the homogenization they've done. They've boiled down a lot of the classes to be similar-ish so that it's easier for them to balance content, right? They are going for this method of bring the player, not the class, which is great if that mattered. To be honest, once you learn the dance of stuff, like, bring the player doesn't really matter anymore, right? The only time that matters is bleeding edge content. And even still, there's quite often with bleeding edge content that you end up with people that refuse to bring certain classes because they just don't bring utility, you know? certain classes like Summoner or whatever, right? I think Summoner, not Summoner, Samurai. Samurai doesn't have a lot of, well, for a while. I don't know if they do now. I haven't played in a while. But Samurai for the longest time didn't bring utility. All they brought was DPS, right? But they purposely didn't make their DPS better than all of the classes that have utility, because then people would want samurais and not the other classes. So what you end up with is all the classes that actually have utility, all these extra little kits and things they bring to make fights easier, suddenly they're now the wanted classes because the DPS is about the same. Or you end up with stuff like Monk, right? It's very positional based. There's a lot of, you have to attack from behind and then swap to their flank and then back behind, and it's like this dance that you do as you swap through the stances with Monk. Problem is, some of the fights you're fighting like building size monsters, so you don't really get to do positionals. And for the longest time, until they made it to where that wasn't as big of a deal, for the longest time you didn't bring a monk to fights like that, because they immediately lost like 20 to 30% DPS, making them by far the worst class in the game. It's very frustrating, because there was when I was doing fights for Binding Coil of Bahamut, it was the first like raid content that came out in the game. Doing Binding Coil was really rough, because there were some sections that you really wanted a monk just because of the sheer amount of DPS they could push out when they could do their positionals. They were in a really good state for a bit. But as soon as they fought somebody that they couldn't keep their 100% uptime, like say the boss had to disappear to go do something, like, phase changes, bosses jump to the side and all their minions come in, right? When that type of stuff happened, because of Grease Lightning, it was a mechanic that monks used to have, where the more they attacked and the more they did their positionals, the faster their attack speed. It was like the main part of the class that made the class really cool, because you attacked faster and faster and faster, and it required the player to be able to do their moves faster and faster, or they couldn't keep their DPS up, right? Really cool mechanic. They got rid of it because, one, it's hard to balance for it, and two, it made it to where there were a lot of fights that they wanted to do like cool cutscenes in the middle of the fight, and monks would immediately come out of the cutscene with 30% less attack speed. Was not a great combination. Oh gosh, I've got to fix something. Something else just broke with my stream. Hold on. There we go. Welcome back, Snow. Sorry, it's not your fault. I didn't mean to like bail on you like that. My Caster Labs broke. The software that lets me see Kick chat, YouTube chat, and Twitch all at the same time, and it's been broken for a hot minute, and I didn't realize, like 20 minutes. It locks up, and it makes it to where I can't see certain chats, and I couldn't see YouTube for a little bit. I'm glad you hit 50 though. I'm excited for you. I'm really sad I didn't get to say so right away though. I know that's big. Like YouTube is a very good way to like push people to other platforms and see your content, if you can get the algorithm to work, and just having more subscribers immediately pushes your content to be heavier weighted. And that's always a good thing. You've been cursed to be a nuisance to your party? What the hell does that mean? What is this? I don't know what just happened. I don't understand. I don't know what we were supposed to learn there. Way to go! Produces a copious amount of bubbles. Okay. Sorry, I'm in the middle of a fight, so there's a... That's good. Yeah. The time frame on it, like when you originally had said something, was at like 1 o'clock, about 16 minutes ago. So I didn't. Oh, hold up. Is it us or the bubbles that move? I don't know yet. Okay, it's the bubbles are there. Oh, and they put out AoEs. Ow, I'm dead. Whoops. That's my bad there. I haven't done this fight yet, so some of my muscle memory is not built in yet. Hey, when did they do that? Oh, that is fantastic. Okay, so before you didn't get to use those shortcuts till you beat a boss in the dungeon, and then it would take you to the boss's room. This is the first time I've seen a shortcut that makes it to where it just takes you to the boss fight and lets you try again. Outside of like Alliance stuff. Alliance stuff would do that, but the dungeons typically didn't. So that's a nice breath of fresh air. Yeah, I didn't get to listen to all of your stuff yesterday, but I did listen to Heart, and it's pretty good. I don't know enough about music to say whether it's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. Yeah, I don't know what that does. Like, the last time we did it, I got hit by every single version of it, so I don't understand what that part of the fight is yet. Okay, this is the blowing bubble section where he blows them out to... I did something wrong? What? I wasn't even close to that. Excuse me? Okay, so in Final Fantasy XIV, you get that debuff there, that orange one that has 2 stacks on it. You get a debuff anytime you fail a mechanic. How am I supposed to know that? What? You're cursed to be a nuisance to your party. Produces copious amount of bubbles. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand. I now have 3 stacks. That is horrendous. I'm clearly doing something wrong, but what? I have no idea. Well, the one I allegedly got too close to one of those bubbles and it popped on me the first time he did the copious bubbles. Okay, we have ads, but unfortunately I can't pause this. I'm in the middle of a boss fight, so. Where do they go to? Wait, can we stand under them during that section when he puts them back out? I don't know. Troublesome tail, okay. I don't understand the nuisance to your party, and I feel like it's a major mechanic that I don't understand. And I really need to. Wait, are the bubbles coming out of me as well? I don't know. We made it through, so. That first time, though, when I stood in the double circle and just, like, detonated, that didn't go so well. Let's see. Is this actually a good piece of gear? I have not looked in my inventory since we've done all those quests. It's just full of stuff. I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. Did it put... Okay, so it was added to my inventory. Let's see what that is. I know buttons. I know buttons are a thing. Okay, new helmet. Sure. Now, we can't get rid of any of the augmented circlets or any of that because we can use them on the other classes when we level them up. But I think that's still part of the, the tail end gear from the last DLC. That's something they do that is good and bad and very frustrating. So they're trying to cater to like both markets, right? So like in a lot of MMOs, your first piece of gear in the next area is normally way better than what you have, right? But it becomes exciting for you to find new pieces of gear as you go along, right? Well, that's not how this game works. Unfortunately, anytime you find a new piece of gear, compared to the best gear you could get last DLC, you normally don't start finding good gear for yourself till you're 6 or 7 levels into the 10 level gap of the new DLC. So basically, just now at level 96, am I finally finding a piece of gear that is marginally a tiny buff, like 10 armor, which isn't nothing at this level, above the one I had before. The only reason I'm equipping it is I kind of hate the circlet. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't like the circlet because it's broken. My character has like a small tuft of hair in front of his face, so the circlet doesn't. There's supposed to be a gem that's in the between the two pieces on the front, and it doesn't always show up. It will occasionally. It'll glitch out and finally show back up, and that's how I know it's supposed to be there. It's even there in the model for the circlet, but unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it.
Take that.
Oh, wrong button. There we go. Oh gosh, my hands. Of course, I finished it off right when I started to do my blade rotation.
Seek fluid intake.
You know what? I will take a second to seek some fluid intake. How is Lychee doing today? Have you been having a good project day? 'Cause I do believe you said you were working on a big stretch. You know that's the rules. Now the good news is, because I'm playing by myself, I can stop and do a big stretch right now. That's it. I'm alive. That's good. Did you fall back to sleep again? Did you just have yourself a spontaneous nap? I'm hoping that's it and it's not like I lived through a car crash. I hope it's just you fell back to sleep, because that's funny to me. Anytime you and Wampa stop in and then y'all can't talk because you just keep falling asleep, kind of makes me feel nice. I know that's weird, but I don't know what else to do other than embracing the fact that you weirdos like to hear me read. This combo looks really cool, but what is it, Lychee? You don't like being called out? Yeah, my bad, my bad.
You cannot stop us.
Oh, I did step in just enough to get hit by that. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Well, welcome back to the land of the awake. Thank you for lurking this whole time. It means a lot. We've been having a nice kind of chill day. We're finishing up the Mamook area. Because I'm that boring, I know. It's all right. There are rats. What do you mean rats? What? Traps? Oh, wait. What? Oh, the talking mask said there were rats. We are the rat. Okay, I get it now. Rude, but I get it. Yeah, I kind of feel bad because I really would love to leave the effects on because combat in this game looks really cool if you can handle it. But I can't, and it makes me very sad. It's just too bright. It's too bright. It kills my eyes. I have had a time. It's been a while since it happened, but I did have a time when I was doing a fight, and we had two white mages, and they were holy spamming, but they were slightly off from each other, and it caused me to seize. So all those settings stay off for me. I don't get to see any of that, but it's better than laying on the floor. So, and why are you bonking me? What'd I do this time? What did that just activate? Oh, a good AoE room with a trust that can't do AoEs. That's fantastic. My favorite. It's I sometimes, like, when y'all say that though, I'm like, oh god, I'm the sloth from Zootopia. Got that voice that just puts people to sleep because he talks too slow. I know. I've had other people say that my voice is okay, but then I can't trust them because it's all like people that aren't from the U.S. and I'm like, like Noxus and her crew, Modfather and all them. They're like, no, your voice is great. I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm just like, y'all are British. Y'all are used to sounding like an aluminum can rolling down a hill. It's accurate, more accurate sounds. Governor. I don't know. What are we looking at time-wise? God, it feels like it's already like 3 o'clock. I've got like an hour and a half. I'm sitting here talking about like I want to do longer days, and then I look at the time and I'm like, would I do longer days? Oh, I didn't even say aluminum right. An aluminium can rolling down a set of stairs. What's this weird mech? What is this thing? Dynamic dominant. Okay, raid wide. Or room wide. Room wide activated the barriers on the side. Mirror maneuver. Okay. Oh, he's ricocheting the beam off the mirror. That was really quick. Okay. I followed the NPCs and they started moving before I realized. Ancestral artillery. That is going to be a walking bomb that walks in lines, maybe? It did walk in lines, but it placed the path first. Okay. Tank buster. Mirror maneuver again. That's good. He's doing that during my mobile phase. Okay, there's his mirror. Oh, what is all that though? Oh, that's not good. How are we gonna do this, guys? What are you talking about? Oh, it ended over there. Weird. That is not where I thought that was gonna go. That's the raid wide, and I got my raid wide defense buff up for it. The artillery's the X path, right? Yeah. And there's 3 of them this time, so yours should be good. Yep. Followed by a spread. Lumen, how's it going? What made you show up, Lumen? What's going on? Hi. I wasn't talking about you guys at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Those are filthy lies and rumors that Lychee started. I'm on the wrong side. I'm gonna die. Oh God. Okay. That's overly dramatic. Apologize. I got hit by it again though. I don't think I'm gonna make it through a single one of these fights doing mechanics right the whole time. Okay, walking bombs again. Here's good. The aluminum can thing. I was saying that was your fault. Lumen showed up on Kick like shortly after I was making the joke about the aluminium can. So I was just saying it was your fault. You did it. Deny, deny, deny. That's what we do now, right? Oh, I just found a new pair of pants, yeah? Inventory. Oh, now these are actually a little bit better. How's the strength on them, though? That's not bad. That's actually a proper increase. Okay. This game has some, like, fantastic transmog and cosmetics, but I don't partake in that, like, at all. I know I should, because it's like, you know, what, cosmetics are the true end game, but I just fail at, like, every aspect of that, I swear. The stuff I like, it doesn't make any sense, you know? Like, I don't like a lot of the in-game gear, because it looks like weird technology-based. They keep, like, digging back into that well, and I'm like, nobody likes it. Like, part of me feels like they purposely make the end-game gear incredibly ugly just so that people don't want to wear it, so they have to do transmog, which means they have to go grind stuff to get items that they want for their, like, appearance or whatever. I'm just over here, like, I think it would be really funny to have a pot lid in one hand and, like, a pitchfork in the other and some overalls, and we'll just call me the farmer of light, and I'll go and attack stuff with my weird gear. Like in Monster Hunter Monster Hunter Worlds? Is it Worlds or World? I don't know if it's singular or plural. I don't know. In that one, I purposely used, there was a seasonal fish that was it was a swordfish that was frozen in a block of ice, like you had gotten it off a transport container, and it was a great sword, but it did frost damage. So I just swung around a giant fish for like a very long time. There's another one that was water damage for dual blades that was you know how like you could pick up beer mugs and you have like a couple of them in your hand and they all like clump together? It was that, but you had 3 beer mugs in one hand and 3 beer mugs in the other, and you just swung them around and hit people with them as like beer flew out of the jugs. Yes, the Genshin fish sword, but here's the thing. Monster Hunter World technically came out before Genshin, so, and it's not really uncommon for someone to look at a swordfish and be like, that should be a sword. You know, it's in the name. Yeah, I used that for a long time. There's a fish called a Flintstone fish in that game, and you swing around 2 like normal sized fish that like flop and you hit people, and they do fire and ice damage. Or is it fire and poison? It might be fire and poison, actually. There's a bunch of really jokey weapons in that game, and I love every single one of them because they're just stupid. It's kind of funny because I love games that are really lore immersive, right? Kingdom Come Deliverance is I know I bring it up every single day, and I apologize, but I love the like feeling like I'm in that world. But then as soon as you put me in a multiplayer environment, I kind of stop caring. Now, if it's a multiplayer PvP based environment, it's ghillie suit all day, right? Whatever tactical advantage I can get in PvP, I will take it, right? But if we're doing PvE content, you better bet your bottom dollar I will be the guy wearing the clown outfit hitting people with balloons. Like, yeah, lore with goofiness. Like, because even in this game, like, I don't really do the transmog because it's expensive. To be honest with you, it's time expensive. Because for you to go out and farm out the like really cool looking stuff sometimes requires you running the same dungeon. Like, I think Nia said she was after a specific sword. I think it was a sword. But she said she ran that dungeon like 70 sometimes. There is no way I would dedicate that much time to a cosmetic. Partially because I am a true variety person, right? Like, I can't play one game for that long. Especially if I'm not like experiencing new things, right? I would prefer to roll up an alt and play a new character than to continue to play the same character just to get them a pretty shirt. How's it going, Snow, over on YouTube? I love that the trust system gives us the ability to solo, but man, would I have preferred to have just queued this up. I never do these dungeons the first time with a party so that I can see here. I accidentally let that one go. Dude, I'd be beating myself up so much if it was other players, you know, to accidentally drop aggro. So I do like to run through these once or twice with a trust first to at least be aware of certain mechanics. That one with the bubbles in the first boss fight in this dungeon, I died to that and we wiped as I didn't know how the mechanic works. You know how painful that is to, like, for me anyway, to feel like I've wasted people's time. It's one of the reasons why, like, I kind of kick myself sometimes when I look at my Twitch stats, because it's like, oh, you have this many watched hours, and I look at that and I'm like, oh my god, I've wasted thousands of hours of people's lives. The Sculptor of Silence, Maul Skull. It really is a hammer for a head. Okay, what are you excited about, Snow? What do you got going on over there? Is all my stuff off cooldown? It is, so let's just jump straight into this. Yeah, Wuklama, it's huge. Why do you get us into this stuff? I don't even think this is where the City of Gold is. Draws power into his fists, and it's the one on the left-hand side? Yep. Now, is that a double? It is a double. I wonder when they added that. That whole, like, it tells you that it's readying an attack in the middle of the screen. That's new. That is not something they did before. It was like you used to have to, that's a knockback. That is a knockback. Well, we learned our lesson. I was wondering, I was like, man, that blue circle looks familiar, but I don't remember what it does. Immediately get booped off the ledge. Oh, right. Whoops. It's been a few months. It's been like 6 months or more since I played Final Fantasy 14. Oh. Right. It's just like, okay, well, I'm dead. Okay, so he's doing right fist again first, and then left. Okay, now is that hammer strike thing that booped me off the ledge. Jerk. Okay, is there anything behind me to catch me, or do I need to go to the corners? Corners? Yeah, corners. Okay. Kind of funny. All of these, like, hold on, Snow. I can't quite read what you're saying. What was that? Oh, he punched, like, chunks off the block. Okay. Ah! Wait, what is that? Oh, it's a... Okay. There's a bunch of attacks and squares I've never seen before in this. That, like, green line where he knocked the rest of the block down the center of the thing. Nice. Okay, knock back again, and we're aiming at corners, right? I messed my rotation up. Oh, no! No! I looked away to line up my corners, and I didn't realize he was charging his fists. Whoops. This is why we do this not with real people. And that's a good way to see it, Snow. Like I was saying yesterday, I do like having like everybody working together. This whole like being like combative with each other over like content always feels a little weird to me. Now I do understand when some people are like, they don't like when people come in and try to like bottom feed or whatever you want to call it. I don't. Okay, he started left fist first. Okay, left fist first. Now hammer attack. Yeah, so I'm assuming if we stand dead center, it doesn't work. Okay, y'all go forwards. The NPCs struggle to do like proper spreading out, so you kind of have to like cover for them. Maul work. Okay, that's what it was called. I didn't see the actual start of this because I looked over at chat. Oh no, I'm not saying you, Slim. I was saying like I understand when people do get concerned with that, because like on Twitch it happens a lot where people will come in and they're like, okay, I'm now off to watch this streamer I prefer more than you. You know, they're not always necessarily trying to be manipulative, but it definitely kind of feels like that sometimes. And there are some people that will go into channels purposely trying to like just steal viewers. And I always felt like that's kind of weird because it's like, okay, starting right fist first this time. Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to combo ability like he did. And for those punches to actually be knockbacks because we didn't get hit by him earlier. That. Okay, after this fight. Oh, wait, what? Okay, let's stay here so that we can stack. Awesome. Colossal impact. What's this? Oh, okay. Oh no! I was like, wait, what's colossal impact? And I was like, oh, I guess he's just going to do a room wad. It was a room wad. God. Okay, I know this fight is like super frustrating to watch me just die over again, but I'm kind of having a blast right now. I am definitely having a blast right now. Okay, let's do the what is it? Oh gosh, I can't remember the joke from Marvel when Doctor Strange is coming to talk to like, I've come again to bargain or whatever. I can't remember what his name is though. The bad guy. Dormammu, I've come again to bargain. Kind of what it feels like right now, where I'm just like, yeah, you thought you killed me, but guess what? Back again. Oh, I screwed my rotation up. And then line down the middle. What was that followed by again? I don't remember. Is that the knockback into punches, I think? No, the AoE. Okay. Okay, charging up right fist. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I live! Pink Buster. Okay. Big punch again. He did that last time into these. Okay, let's spread out. That's the thing I was talking about. Cryo was just bringing me another one. Okay, Colossal Impact again. We move into the same corner. Ah, with a stack on Alpha. Okay. This fight is taking a bit. Normally these dungeons fight Ashlayer. What is Ashlayer? What are you doing now? Oh, it's a room wide. Okay. The one move I don't have to worry about. Okay, mall work again. That was the square or the cube, right? Okay. Cube we can do. Oh, and he splits it, so we need cones. This fight is so crazy. The thunder will activate that, but I'm not going to bother with burning my other cooldown. Let's just do damage through this one. I say that, and then he does way more damage than he did last time. Okay, ring blow. Okay, that's corner knockback into big line attack. Oh man, okay. That's tank buster. Oops, popped the wrong one. Oh well. Ignore me wasting all my cooldowns. You didn't see that. Last time, Colossal Impact. Okay, that's singular again, and most likely would spread out for a stack. We have a stack Alpha Nu. As long as I'm paying attention, I think we got the Ashlayer. That's another room wide. Colossal Impact again. Spread, and I'm in my ranged phase, which is perfect. And then a stack. Nice. Bum, bum, bum. I didn't get yeeted this time. I lived. And that means a lot. Like I said, dragging us all up from the bottom is like kind of the only way to fight the algorithm right now. Especially with a lot of people that missed out on the 2020 pandemic, right? When that happened, there were so many people that were able to just sit and watch Twitch and watch YouTube for hours and hours and hours. So it was really easy to get in the door at that time frame, right? But once that dropped off, it dropped off hard. I got, what, a new pistol? Is that what that said? Oh, I keep forgetting it always, like, makes you look naked at first. Not bad looking. It's not great, though. I didn't really like the gear from here. I mean, I like that it was good gear, but not the way it looks. You know what I do need to do? I do need to reset my my comfort level thing. Now, we are still kind of in the middle of the dungeon, so... Does it? Okay, cool. Now, we will probably see less ads for the next 2 months. So, right before...
This place was of Yokwi origin. But is this glowing stone their creation as well?
Okay, we're going to wait on that. January and February always has less ads. Because the fiscal year doesn't end till after the actual year, you see November, December, a ridiculous amount of ads. Companies pump out like 3 times the amount of ads they normally do, right? Then when the new year starts, as far as January 1st, they're still in their last quarter of their fiscal year. So what they, like almost every large company does, they tighten their belt at that time frame to try to shave off as much money, fire as many people as they can to make it look good for shareholders and stuff. As at the end of the fiscal quarter, Q4, they have to show like, hey, yeah, we did spend a lot of money, but look how much money we made by firing all these people. Like, kind of the loop.
I don't believe so. I've never seen anything like it.
Then it's from an even older time.
It's probably Allegan, Kryle. We've seen so much Allegan stuff.
Don't tell me it's the Allagans again.
While careful study would be required to confirm, it does not appear to be reminiscent of their designs.
A golden light. Could it be?
The city of gold doesn't mean actual gold.
There's a platform on the other side, but how do we get over there?
Well, thank you, Snow. I'll do what I can. I do need to start putting out some more shorts and stuff. I've been mostly using just that channel for streaming, and I've been thinking about, I have another channel, it's Bonroku_shorts, I think. I don't remember what I've actually labeled that. Huh. I don't remember off the top of my head. I got like sick again a while back. I just kind of stopped working on all that stuff.
Right then. Let's go and take a look.
My back is awfully crunchy today. Anytime I move or shift, it's like I'm breaking a glow stick, I swear. Are we walking into a vault from Borderlands? Because that's kind of what that looked like. The like arch above everything.
That seal. That's Charlian and no mistake.
What? Did we find the gate from Stargate?
How do we open it?
Right?
Come and look at this.
It's the tablets with the stupid things. Man. I thought it was really weird that the tablets were a thing.
Your tablets might be a good fit, wouldn't you say?
The tablets are secretly just circuits or whatever on the inside, and the gem powers it. Oh, it was a Charlian seal, as in sealing the door. It was keeping it shut. Leave it to Alphino to be so slow that he didn't make it past the thing. I think this is the area that everybody said looked like the tower was just a giant graphics card. The art director and stuff got pretty upset about it. It was kind of funny. But you'll see, just wait. Oh my god. I'm so excited if what this area is.
Is this it? Is it Golden City?
Though there is some resemblance, it doesn't quite live up to what the Yokwi described from their dreams.
There's clearly another door in front of you guys. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, like, what? His second head is still asleep. What is going on with that?
You, my dear daughter, have found the entrance to the City of Gold and triumphed in the right of secession.
So we did it. We made it to the end.
Yeah. I still feel like we've got like another 10 hours of game though.
You seem more perplexed than joyous.
It's just... This place is unlike anything we've seen in Tural. Never mind the peculiar stone. So I am given to wonder, what exactly lies beyond that gate?
Nothing less than the Golden City of Legend, I assure you. No circumstance prevents us from opening the gate. As to what the city is and what Gall of Maldesium discovered all those years ago, this knowledge and more, I will share with you after your ascension. What you choose to do with it will be up to you.
The Golden City is real. It took a while, but I finally found it.
Yep, it was all you, Aaronville.
Come, let us return to Duliola.
Home at last.
I feel like we haven't seen the last of the other brother though. The blue Mammel-Jaw. Holy crap, it just fast traveled us back. Okay. That was a little breakneck there. I was not expecting for it to just put us on the pier. Okay, well, we've done it. We've seen Wook Lamont to the victory of the right of succession. Like me, I expect you to have no few questions about the Golden City, and they must wait until our claimant has settled into her new role. Even as we speak, she prepares for the Ascension ceremony back at the house. I'm given to understand that it will be held in a few days' time. In the meantime, let us enjoy some well-deserved rest. And that's our last quest-based aether flow from that area, so I'm not entirely sure how to fix that. Let's pull the Big Mac up. Big map up. What was that area called? Let's see. Dawntrail. We're gonna go to Eekbrox to see if I can find my way down to that one area we didn't get the aether flow from. $1,343 gil for a teleport, and that's after our reduced rates teleportation. Sweet bananas, that's expensive. Okay, it looks like there's actually a possibility that we can go over there from like down this way. I put it off because I thought this was going to take us like down to the lower level proper, but once we got down there, I started kind of doubting that. And yeah, I have no problem doing that. You know? I mean, obviously with my family and stuff, I'm very limited on like how I can hang out with people and whatnot. At one point, I would like to properly get my Discord up and running so we can do community nights and stuff. Okay, This is going to sound rude, but I have one issue with community night. Not the community part. It's the what do we do part. I would almost rather have community nights where we all just play games together because, God, do I hate movies. I don't know why. I just really find watching movies to be kind of incredibly dull. TV too, really, if I'm being honest. Okay, so now let's see. Now we can fly. But I do want to show y'all. I've been talking about that cactar thing for a bit. Let's actually show y'all what that looks like. Oh gosh, where's it at? Because it's in a weird place, if I remember right. Mount Guide. This guy. Isn't that fantastic? The little kitty balloons and stuff. And this is how you travel as you fly with it. I went out of my way to save up money for this thing. It's so bright and so silly, and I just love it so much. Right? Like, the bouncing as it runs along the ground is, I find, actually quite annoying. Till you do this version, and you start flying with it, and I'm like, okay, I see the point. Okay, now let's do... I think we need to go back to Tulia Lal now. Sure. Let's see. Actually, before we do that, I have been needing to use the bathroom like midway through that dungeon. So I'm going to go take a quick pee, top off my water, and I'll be right back. I know we don't have long left to stream, but I literally can't wait till the end. Okay, I'm back. I missed my chair when I first came back over here and almost threw myself on the floor. Like, I pulled the chair back. I'm wearing, like, gets really cold. Our floor gets really cold, so I have to wear slippers in the house in the winter, or like it completely destroys my feet. Anyway, I went to pull the chair out, ran over my own slipper, and almost just threw myself on the ground. Okay. Now that I'm back and alive and haven't mutilated myself, I died so many times. I bet. Yep. But say, I bet I got some repair costs. They weren't horrendous though, so that's good. That technically didn't pick up the new quest, so I need to get back to Julialol, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, it felt really silly. I'm really clumsy, kind of like all the time. Part of it is that weird depth perception problem I talked about in that one TikTok where I was like, at certain distances, I just can't see stuff that's in that gap. It weirds people out. Have you ever played a game and as you're running, you can see textures and stuff pop in? That band where that change happens, I can't see that in real life. And that's what it looks like to me. Like there's this little gap where I can't really make stuff out as it transitions from far distance to close distance. And I tell people, I'm like, that happens because I have a bad rendering rate, because I don't know what else to call it, because I can see stuff farther out and I can see stuff up close. But that little band of about a foot to 2 feet, I struggle to make out details of anything in that area. You know, because my CPU on our rendered reality just isn't as good, apparently. Have y'all, oh man, speaking of rendered reality, have y'all seen that they've made quantum computers even smaller? Like, God. Okay, so we technically have the ability to prove that we might be in a simulation. And whether we are or aren't isn't really, oh my gosh, it's not over here I need to be. Let's hit a fast travel point. We'll travel back down. Thought we had to come up here to talk to her in the palace, but I guess not. That is my bad there for just making the assumption. Oh well. And I walked up here as well, completely forgetting that there's like aether shards all over the place. So for me, I'm like, does it matter if we're in a simulation? You know, like, is you knowing you're in a simulation going to change the way you act? Because you still have to deal with all the consequences of your actions, whether you're in a simulation or not, you know? Unless you can figure out a way to get out of the simulation that doesn't involve removing yourself from this one. Okay, we have another long set of cutscenes and about 40 to 50 minutes to do it. So hopefully this goes well. Welcome back, and may I congratulate you on Wuklamat's victory in the right of secession. It is our great honor to host the comrades of our future Dawn Servant. Such a grand journey was doubtless left you fatigued. Please relax and enjoy your stay. This is one of my favorite inns in the entire game, by the way, if it lets us go inside. I really love the inn in this town, in Tulialol. There's some other pretty good ones too, but not like this one. Oh wow, I was expecting this to be 100% voiced. I opened a pack of these, we have these like blueberry breakfast biscuit things. They're like high in fiber and it's got like dried fruit and stuff in it. I like opened that to try to have like a snack during the, I purposely got a snack because I thought we were going to get a spoken cutscene. I've been betrayed. Okay. Surprised to see me. I suppose it's only natural. May I come in? Of course, gonna. I don't know what you have planned, but I'm sure it's something. Yeah, Kona's nice. I think Val probably is prettier though, like objectively prettier. The black-haired bunny boy. I haven't properly thanked you. That my sister was able to realize her potential is testament to the quality of her traveling companions, particularly you. For that, you have my heartfelt gratitude. Lamont did all the work. I was just moral support. Yeah, Aaron Vell is, I think they broke the mold on character models with him because he doesn't look like anything else in the entire game. He is very specifically unique, and it's kind of fascinating to me. Primary business in calling is to deliver a message from Lamatia. I can't remember how he said it because it's not Lamatia. That's what I've been saying, but that's not what he said in the last vocal cutscene, but I don't remember what he said it was. As you well know, after the Ascension ceremony, she will officially take up the mantle of Dawn Servant. He has expressed a desire for you to accept a post with her administration, while making no mention of me. You needn't decide immediately. My sister broached the matter with you after the ceremony. Whether you continue to assist Lamatia or not is up to you. That is all, if you'll excuse me. The weird auto doors get me every single time. Especially when they don't swing out. When they swing out, it's not so bad, but you've become someone irreplaceable to her. As her brother, I acknowledge that with no little jealousy. But believe me when I say that I hope you will stay by her side. I mean, I got stuff to do. I can't live in this backwater area for the rest of my life. I really like the inn, but I don't like it enough to live here. And thus it arrived. The day of the Dawn Servant Ascension ceremony. And hopefully some voice acting so I can eat my snack. God. I'm trying not to like voracious. Sometimes when I get off stream, I eat like way too much because I'm starving by then. So I'm hoping this is voice so I can munch a little bit.
A crowd.
There we go. Thank you.
The changing of Dawn servants.
It's starting.
Servant!
Look! He's here!
The head of reason is resting again. Thought he'd grace us for this occasion at least. People of Tuliolal, you honor us with your presence. For on this auspicious day, we witness the dusking of one era and the dawning of the next. The succession of Dawn servants. But I've talked for long enough. Allow me to present the claimant, whose determination, wisdom, and compassion guided them to triumph and the City of Gold. My daughter, Lamont. Huzzah! Huzzah! Long live the
I feel like they went out of their way to make her look as much like a golden retriever and goofy as possible. Like her personality and all the stuff she does is just kind of like silly.
Growing up in this city, I used to think I knew all there was to know about Tulihyolal. But my journey showed me how much I had yet to learn about the cultures, histories, and aspirations of this nation. Through the time-honored Ihana, the Hanuhanu taught me how they nourish and cultivate both the land and their bonds with visitors. And with their alpacas and tradecraft, the Pelupelu showed me the depths of their patience and fortitude, to know when to push through and when not to push your luck. From the moblins and their artisans, I gained insight into the power of creativity, that it is when we are filled with passion and bolstered by the support of others that we produce our best works.
I did like the Moblin town like a lot.
By the history and hopes of the Yokhui, who believe that death isn't the end, that we live on so long as we remembered. I felt joy and harmony in Yaktel when I tasted Shebruk Pibil, the dish that marked the beginning of peace between the Shebral and Mamurja after centuries of warfare. And I felt sorrow in Mamuk when I met with those who placed their faith in the promise of blessed siblings, and for this were burdened with great suffering. Through the understanding we forged, I'm hopeful that they will find what they seek through friendship and community. For we are all Turali.
Understanding with Mamuk? What sorcery did she use on them?
The sorcery of friendship. Ba, 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 ba.
All of which is to say that, as I've come to know our nation, I've seen the ways in which we thrive, and the ways in which we still struggle.
This last
Some
ad
in
break, I
Costa
always
Blanca
end up having to
must
pause a
resort
bunch of
to
times.
banditry to survive. A faction of Yokhui still cling to dreams of conquest. Not everyone lives in peace and plenty. And there's still so much of Tulihyolal I don't know. Places I haven't seen, and people
Oh
I've
my
never
gosh, if
met.
she turns down being Dawn Servant, I'm gonna be so upset.
That's why I hope to keep learning about and from you, that we might build a nation where everyone knows happiness.
I expected her to just be like, and that's why I'm turning down this position.
Because my journey has taught me one thing above all else. Your happiness is my happiness. I say mine, but the Dawn Servant doesn't need to be a single person, does it?
Oh dear.
Right? Yes, this is Aaronville. Just feast for a little bit, Lychee, and then we'll move on. You good?
Yeah. My father led Tulihyolal to prosperity by the resolve and reason of his two heads. but my one head can only get us so far. To further change our nation for the better, I'll need someone else. Someone with the
It better be
knowledge
her brother,
and
because if it's me,
insight
I'm gonna be
that I
upset.
lack. So what do you say? Be Dawn servant with me, Kona!
Gosh, I've got to mute the stuff again. Hold on.
Lamachi, are you certain?
Absolutely. You take reason, and I take resolve. Together, we make a full Dawn servant.
This is her growing as a person, though, like a lot.
You'll have no objections from me, of course. But mine is not the approval you need.
During my time abroad, I experienced the benefits of foreign technologies, some of which I introduced to our nation. Dirigibles now soar the sky in the south, while locomotives traverse the land in the north. I was convinced that by imitating foreign powers, we could assert our strength and thereby deter invasion. Yet despite my intentions, I failed to understand what I was too eager to cast aside, and the very people I wish to protect. My own journey has taught me that culture isn't a hindrance to progress, but a shared value that binds us, connecting lives and generations. With your blessing, I vow to help Tuli Yolal prosper in a way that honors the hopes and heritage of all her peoples. My esteemed predecessor would accept nothing less.
Yeah, we can't say that his stuff hasn't helped, because there's been quite a few times that he's like the thing with the crops in the forest.
I harbor the same wish as my sister, to give you cause to smile. That is my heartfelt desire.
I don't know who these two people are. I've never seen them before. At least I don't think I have. It is definitely giving them a lot of screen time for nondescript background people.
Glad this didn't go to waste. This is the Lay of Legacy, the part of the Tulihyola saga where you and I become the next Dawn servant.
She really kept this lie close to the vest, not telling anybody her plan except for whoever had to carve this.
Tell me this is what kept you so busy ahead of the ceremony.
Just so you know, I didn't decide this on a whim. After reflecting on all we've been through, I realized it was the only answer.
With this, both my brother and I have worthy successors. He would have been proud.
Would have been? Oh no.
Of course you knew. It's been 3 years since my brother left.
Weird, man. That's really weird. I mean, I don't know how you would fix that, but man, that's really weird.
It cannot be. The head of reason is no longer with us.
Oh, tragic tidings.
I didn't want to believe it.
I'm sorry I never told you. We wanted the people to rest easy until our successor could be chosen. Planning the right was my brother's final duty. He was determined for it to serve the nation's best interests, and labored nigh without cease. And then he died, forcing me to do the actual work. A sneaky bastard. But he did well. I have to give him that. The outcome speaks for itself. Though not quite to the original script, your new Dawn servant rises. May they shine resplendent, and their rule bring light ever greater to Tuliolo.
Really weird that you got a corpse on your shoulder. Like, I can't get past that. That is bugging the ever-loving crap out of my brain. Like, I don't know how else you would fix it, but heebie-jeebies, man. My whole skin's just crawling. Can't even stand, like, Now, it looks like we do have ads. I missed the last cancel in time. I tried to snooze it, and by the time I got the mouse over to that side of the screen, it had locked out my ability to snooze it. We're gonna chill and listen to the big man wing jazz or whatever we call it for a minute. I could probably inventory manage while we wait. Something I haven't done in forever, and it's starting to get a little full. I have a bunch of stuff in here that, like, I don't even know if it's good. Like, oh, that's a good item level. Again? Okay, cool. We're moving on then. Wuklamat was brilliant up there, wasn't she? The part of the second promise was surprising, but between the two of them, I dare say our new Dawn servant will be capable of anything. Now, don't forget, we were just in a dungeon that was level 96. App level for this game is 100. And normally the story will take you all the way to 100, and you will still... And you'll still... What? I'm confused. What do you mean you're still here? Like I said, if you didn't get any ads, we might not get ads for about a month or two, as everybody's like tightening their belt, and we're a smaller stream, so we might not be getting as many ads as other people. Future of Tuliol is bright indeed. Yeah, I do wonder. We've still got like 4 levels left if we base it off the enemies and content we've been doing. Earlier in Yachtel is the Mamook area.
Changes in the air, and it's all because of our little firebrand. Every Ilmer father's daughter, that one. I'll be watching where you steer this nation, lass. With what time I've got left.
I was about to say, he's really old. Like, he's like a mythological figure for the continent that like showed up like hundreds of years ago. Well, he didn't have too long left, apparently. And then we're just right back to the swinging jazz music. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, what time do we got? Yeah, we still have some time. Trial is brimming with pride. Why is she brimming with pride? I don't understand. Lamont has truly come into her own, has she not? Indeed, even as she moved people with her heartfelt words, she retained her characteristic spontaneity, as evident by her nomination of Kona as fellow Dawn servant. As sudden as it was, I would like to believe she gave it all due consideration. She could do far worse. Kona completed every feat except the last, and that he only forfeited to help Lamont secure victory. I look forward to seeing how Tulialal will prosper under their care. That statue's already gone. Everyone, thank you for coming. I could see you all perfectly from up there. That was an impressive speech, Dawn servant. I told you, no titles. Besides, after everything we've been through together, you're nothing less than family. So, like my family does, I'd like you to call me Lamatia, or however that's said. I'll try to pronounce it correctly. It's like they knew we were going to struggle. Oh, don't worry about that. However you say it, I know it'll be with love. If we do mispronounce it, please correct us, but it would be my honor to call you Lamatia. Fine as well. Indeed, consider us Eorzean cousins if such a notion appeals to you. Eorzean cousins. A little embarrassing, but not in a bad way. She's telling them all to call her sister, and they're like, how about cousin? There's still a lot I'd like to say, but I need to make my rounds first. I want to thank my supporters who visited for the occasion. Could you wait for me here? Of course, we'll keep ourselves entertained. That said, would you join me, Bond? Sure. Not like I can say no. Wonderful. Come meet me outside the Winged Walk. I don't know where that is. I'll have to follow the big gold circle. It has been too long since I've played. All of our visits to Tulialal have been me just either teleporting in or immediately leaving. This spot. Okay. I think this is, we talked to her at one point when we got here. Ready? Let's go. Our first stop is Aunt Tia's Tacos. Not just for a snack, I promise. Wook, Avu, and Mablu should be there. Wook Lamont is accompanying you. Keep her at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Wook Lamont behind by entering a different area or by speaking with her and selecting the option 2 ways. If you wish to have Wook Lamont accompany you again, return and speak with her at the original location. this like tour guide thing is something they did like really early on, and I was really hoping we'd be over this. I know they're trying to make it feel like we're actually traveling around with them. Because a lot of times it's just, we walk there, we show up, we touch a spot, and everybody just pops into existence. So they've been trying to do this. We can come across points of interest while they'll like talk about stuff as we pass through it. But, I don't know. I've always felt like it was weirdly forced, but like, to be honest, the thing I was saying before, where it's like, as much as I want to complain about something, unless I can come up with something better, you know, I won't hold it against them. I might not like it, but that doesn't mean like, you know, I'll dock that against them if I can't think up something better. How is somebody that's more trained if they couldn't think of it either? You know what I'm saying? Like some games though, it's like, oh man, why didn't they just do this from the start? It would have been like really helpful to them. And they're like, oh yeah, well, weird. But if that's not the case and I can't come up with something, like, It's one of those, like, I'll crinkle my nose a bit, and then we'll just do it anyway.
Seek fluid intake.
I will seek fluid intake. I did top off my water, so I actually have a little bit extra. I feel like I drink myself to death on stream, though. I end up going through like 40 to 50 ounces of fluid in 4 hours. Dawn Servant Wuklamat, words cannot well express the profound joy Ascension has brought me. No need for formalities. I'm still the same old me. All right, then I shall forgo formality. But I cannot. You are the Dawn Servant, too disrespectful to address you without your due title. As Dawn Servant, I'm ordering you not to bother with formalities. All right, then I won't bother anymore. This guy's gimmick, like, kills me every time. It's doing it again. The music's getting louder and louder during the cutscene. I could more easily converse with a drunken alpaca. Thank you for helping Wuklamat become Dawn Servant Bond. Political opinions in our community may have been divided, but a Dawn Servant's Ascension presents us with a prime opportunity, which is why I convinced everyone to participate in the commemorant sales campaign. I needed to take my helmet off for this interaction. That people are like reacting to my face, and they're like, oh, like the faces I make. My character, you can't see it. A wonderful plan, no. My first big undertaking as a merchant. I do like the sound of a sale, as long as I'm not persuaded to buy too much. It's so good to see you all again. I wanted to personally thank you for your help. A feat of reeds, the feat of gold, were my first true tests as a claimant. It's not for your guidance. I would have failed the right secession before I even fully understood its importance. Now that you've given me a taste for celebrating culture, I can't wait to see what else Toliol has to offer. And Sharktaral, I think, for instance. As always, you must observe proper etiquette. I would be happy to offer my services as a tutor should you desire them. I can think no better of an instructor, I'm sure, to bring Kona as well. Your duties as Dawn Servant will be plentiful, but don't forget your promise to attend Inihana next season. Of course, she would not miss an opportunity to eat food. I've made a name for myself as a merchant. I'll come by the palace, tell you all about my biggest sales. I look forward to it. Personally intending to the alpaca care. Dare we hope to see you at the ranch again. Tell my fluffy, spit-filled friend that Wuklamat will visit soon. Anyway, you'll have to excuse us. Oh, you haven't seen Bojantain around, have you? A tall, slim fellow, long, pointy ears. Saw a man matching the description by the weapons dealer in Bayside Bevy. Company of the Moblin, a pair of Yakoi, if I remember correctly. Besides Bevy, got it. Enjoy the festivities, everyone, and the tacos. It's so like a Clash to me. We have like that other music and then it's right back into the like swinging band. I really like this song, don't get me wrong. It just feels odd that it's the direct jump back. Okay. Wookla, welcome back, Snow. Dawn Servant Bond, you honor us with your presence. Oh, wrong button. Thank you for coming, everyone. I know the journey to Tulia isn't a short one. Long road worthy travel to congratulate new Dawn Servant. They use like respirator masks. They need a specific like gas or something, like they struggle with oxygen. To remember the head of reason has passed brings me sorrow, but who remember him will ensure he lives on. May the accolades of this day be his offerings to the future he envisioned. The High Luminary and I attended on behalf of Warlord Echo. Had our people come in mass, we would have been an obstruction. Nonsense, you're always welcome, all of you. This is your city as much as anyone's. Go ahead, Snow, I will try to answer the best I can. I'm glad to see you hale and whole, Bond, and though I know little of the particulars, I only imagine your latest adventure has been both long and colorful. Beginning with a new shipwreck, if you'll remember, yet here we stand, celebrating the ascension of your claimant. When my journey began, I thought only the preserving the peace that my father worked so hard to create, but feats of pots and feats of proof, feats of ice, showed me that peace is not simply the absence of war. Being able to live together in safety and happiness, that is what my father envisioned for this nation. That's Tulia Law I want for you all. Okay, so my model originally did not have ear. Technically, the parts of the model are labeled fox. However, I have always said cat, mostly because the cat tail that comes with the model is not really something I super love. Now, unfortunately, because we're in a cutscene, I can't show you the other edits of my model. We have a demon horn looking guy and then another guy that was a goblin. And then there's a version of this model, or this outfit, I guess is probably the better way to call it. This cosplay, whatever. There is a version of this without the tail and ears, and it has human ears and a ponytail, which I don't know if I actually added to the box model. I think I did. Whip my head a couple of times. I don't know. So yeah, I've been saying cat just because I'm more of a cat person than a dog or fox person as an actual human. But technically the tail and ears is labeled fox, but you know. Okay, so I promise you, as Johnson, I'll do everything I can to bring happiness to the bandits of Kozumu, blah, 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 Yakhoi of Other Place, and Salterna. I won't forsake them. But Bond is not bothering to read those words. As I was moved by your father's influence, so too many Chiragua come to accept your peace. Yeah, I really like the bop of the ears and all the movement on it. So I do actually use this model more than everything else, especially with the, like when I smile and the tail speeds up. So their beliefs have stood for a millennium. While not easily shifted, neither are they immutable. Well, I can be pretty determined. They'll come around eventually. Mark my words. I can vouch for the efficiency of such a determination. Thanks to the Moblin's hospitality, I've been able to rediscover the joy of my craft and honor my father's legacy. He's from Eorzea and had come over here from, I want to say Ishgard. I think he's an Ishgardian. Now the good living is secured. Village overflows with field smiles. God, I hate these guys. Okay, such cooperation between help hands and potsworn is the very spirit of healthy pot pack. A partnership like yours is bound to be fruitful. I look forward to seeing the fantastic pieces you produce. There are some other people I'd like to see, so we should take our leave. Let's try and find Humunruk, her actual, like, biological. The Jabbarak rocks. I believe I saw him on the sands below. Gleam sands. Thank you. Enjoy your time in the city. Remember, this will always be your home too. They made those guys. Okay, the giants weren't originally like an interactable race. It's the reason why their faces and stuff can't really show emotions. They were originally battle mobs that they've redone the models and made them like a proper intellectual like creature and like interactable creature. Before, we only really fought them. We never actually like them. a lot of the interactions there are kind of weird. It just looks like their eyes are staring in two opposite directions, and there's like no thoughts, no brain, only bonk going on there. They're all just in pairs of threes so that we could get this through in the Holy Trinity. My honor us with a personal visit, Dawntrail. Congratulations on your ascension. No, none of that. My title may have changed, but I'm still just Wuklamat. More than just, I'd say. You've grown into a leader fit for this nation. Your father must be proud. I hope so, but big events like this make me wonder, you know, what my birth parents might say if they knew. I imagine they would say, it fills their heart with joy to see the strong and passionate woman you've become. I owe you my thanks as well for fulfilling your promise. I told Bakul Jaja to stay with us so we could all congratulate you in person, but he marched off, muttering something about not being able to face you just yet. The boy needs purpose. Purpose beyond catering to the demands of others. He's always too obliging for his own good. I'm sure he'll find it in his own time, especially if he knows his family is there for him. And that we are. Finally. Sorry. By the by, have you seen Ketenram anywhere? Or Tankwa, that is. Ketenram was a strong name, if a bit exotic. We call upon him before leaving Mamuk, but he wasn't at home. I don't recall seeing him at the ceremony either. First Promise was notably absent as well, though I assume he required time to salve his injured pride. Everyone thought he'd be the one to succeed Papa. My victory must have come as quite a shock to him. As for Tankwa, I'm sure he's around here somewhere or ready to appear when we least expect him. We'd best be going, but relax and enjoy. Make yourselves at home and come visit us anytime. All right, I think I found everyone I could find. Let's return to the others in the Winged Walk. Teleport me up there so I don't have to, please. Nope. Okay, let's find the... I don't want a posture check. I want to lay down. Actually, I might do that. We're going to teleport back up here, but I'm not going to finish the quest. We're going to park ourselves, looking at what we need to do, and then we are going to raid out. Because my back is killing me, and I should rest. I still have a bunch of stuff to do this afternoon. Maybe grab a little bit of soup. That sounds good. Yeah. Okay. Here is our park. Oh gosh, trying to do these things at the same time do not work. It doesn't. I need to stop doing that. I need to also set up like quick keys for this so I'm not having to just drag myself around everywhere, but that's not probably happening anytime soon. Okay, so that's it for today. I'm actually thinking about streaming this weekend as well. We're going to do a little bit of stuff tomorrow, probably some more Final Fantasy 14, unless I end up actually feeling like drawing. So we might draw tomorrow. I don't know yet. I thought about doing drawing and that type of stuff as like a community event where we all just kind of chill, listen to music, talk, and like draw and do art and stuff. But I haven't made up my mind on that yet because I have done absolutely nothing with my Discord. I created it, I used it to run PNG, and that's about it. Okay, that being said, I did want to raid, if she is still awake, Apricats, who is a fantastic artist. She is super cute and friendly, and we love Apri very much. But I'm not seeing her in this list, which means, no, she's still up. Huh. See if I can just type her in. Did I spell it wrong? What? It says she's not online, but I have her up in another tab. I don't understand. Yeah, weird. Yeah, it's saying her channel doesn't exist at all. Even when I scroll through the list of possible raid targets, she's not showing up. And I literally have her up on my other screen. Oh, is it dead? It's dead because she did end and it was just lagging behind. Okay. So it's not Twitch for one. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'm not 100% certain if it was actually her or not. I think what we're going to do instead is let's go bug Luna. Now, she is doing Smite 2. They are about to go free to play in 4 days. She is a pretty friendly, popular VTuber. She's actually stopped in channel a few times when we were playing Smite. She hasn't really stopped by since then. Let's go say hi to her and hang out. And we'll see each other tomorrow, probably around the same time. I might do it a little early. I don't know. We'll find out. Side of that, y'all have a great day. Okay, bye. Bye. And over on YouTube, Snow, thank you for stopping out. It does mean a lot. You have a great day too. Okay, bye.